Live. What's good, everybody? How you doing, Rambo?
Doing good. Just chilling.
Nice. Playing any games lately? Just more God of War?
Uh, at Platinum God of War, I just actually Hellblade again on PS4, so that one.
Nice.
And I'm not sure what I'm gonna go play next because I mean, like those are two really good games to come back from.
I know everything was God of War, God of War, God of War, and now it's done. It's like, okay, now what?
Like what do I do with my life?
I've had that, fucking oh the not the last one, but the Deus Ex before that, man. That ending just that fucking hit me. And it was just kind of for a few days. It's like, well, fuck, nothing's gonna match that, right?
Yeah, and then now it's like almost everything is kind of blah. Like it's like I have to keep continually playing God of War just so that way I can keep getting that feeling again.
Right. You see the thing about Sargon and the Day for Freedom?
No.
Oh man, so there was the Day for Freedom thing where they had a huge, apparently a giant protest, or not protest really, but you know, meet up, at least a few thousand people. But Sargon had a video up of his speech and I think a few others. What's up, Go Get? And first, YouTube put it in restricted mode, but then now they've taken it out of restricted mode, removed it completely, and striked his account.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, all because he made a speech in favor of freedom of speech.
How dare you
Oh, I know, right?
believe in freedom of speech?
What were you thinking, Sargon? Should have known
I
that would
mean,
have pissed him off.
I'm all for like telling people what they can and can't say
Of course.
based on my likes, of course.
Oh,
And
of course. God.
apparently, Cardi B, and let me try to see if I can see who the people are. Rita Ora. Heard the songs by Rita Ora, and it's called "Girls." And I'm trying to figure out who all is in this song. Um,
Trism, get your ass in here, yo.
okay, so Cardi B, Bebe Rexha, and Charlie XCX, along with Rita Ora, is in the song called "Girls." And it was like, "Girls, uh, I like to kiss girls. Get some red wine. I like to kiss girls." Something like that. I mean, it was all about them kissing girls. And somehow this has really just troubled the LGBT community. Uh, people, it rubbed people the wrong way because as a bi femme who has constantly dealt with biphobia,
Oh, Jesus.
and I don't feel like it represents me at all. I'm like going biphobia. Just look, just because people don't like that you fucking fuck girls and guys does not mean they're scared of you.
That's
Nobody fucking is scared of you because you fuck a girl and a guy. People just think you're disgusting.
that's weird. Like, how are you biphobia? Wouldn't that just be straight up homophobia because you would only be like against the part of a person that is gay? That makes no sense. I don't know. I'm tired.
That's
I'm
some
tired of
How's
the
your
whole.
how's your night been going?
fuck. That's some nonsense. Dude, that's they keep eating themselves, and it's
They're
hilarious to
like they're
watch.
they what where was it at they sensationalizes the experience of loving a woman and play into the harmful idea of liking women being just a fun little game. I'm like, dear God.
Oh my God. It's like you either want people to treat it normally or you don't.
Yeah, they
And
made a damn popular song about kissing girls, and now they're gonna pick it apart. Like, going, no, you didn't make the right song.
Well, watch out now because I kissed a girl and I like it. It's got to be next, right?
you
Well,
think
you figure they would have already held on that one.
Well, yeah. I what's going on, guys? Your lack of principles are disturbing me.
Your lack of
They were disturbing me
consistency.
a long time ago.
Ugh, fucking. ugh. Just when you think shit can't get any crazier, right? Makes your head hurt.
And of course, our governor today decided to veto
Oh,
a permitless bill.
good. Ah,
So we were going to we were going to possibly have constitutional carry, and she was like, "Nah," she's a Republican fucking governor.
Jesus.
Yeah, I fucking hate my governor.
Well, I'm right with you there. Although apparently, I don't know what the rules are because I think he's held office like 4 different terms, but Jerry Brown is not going to be running for California governor this next term. That makes me so very, very happy.
You better be careful because you might get something worse.
Oh, I know. But there's 2 guys. There's one who's running liberal, and I don't particularly like him, but he at least has some decent ideas. Like he's all in favor of nuclear energy, and some stuff like that. Which I mean, shit, that would help. And I guess there's another guy, I can't remember his name. I don't know what he's running as, if it's independent or Republican or whatever, but he's apparently pretty good too. I'll have to look into him a little more. But what's up, Jay Caesar?
I hate people. I just
Yeah.
I only hate the stupid ones. That's my motto.
Yeah, but there's more stupid ones.
Well, no,
yeah.
I
But
think
now
the stupid ones.
kids were doing the whole eating Tide Pods. Now they're taking aerosol deodorant and spraying it on directly on their skin so closely until it bubbles.
Oh, Jesus.
So, like, okay, here's the thing. Here's the way I see it. The stupid people get all the attention for being stupid because being that amount of stupid is just, like, it's uncommon, so we give it attention. That's the way I see it.
Sadly, it's becoming more and more common.
But it is because it becomes more and more mainstream, and, whenever people see things as mainstream, they want to get a part of it to seem like they're a part of something. And I've seen it all the time, especially at school. People do things not because it's not really about the idea of just being cool and trendy. They just want to. People want to do stupid things because they want to, not because they feel they should, just because they just want to. People want to do a Tide Pod challenge because it just seems fun. People want to do, like you said, that aerosol challenge. Was it aerosol or was it what's it called, deodorant or something? What was it?
It's a deodorant challenge.
Yeah, I feel like they're just doing it because it looks fun.
I don't know how that sounds fun.
I think it's more it'll just get him attention.
Like
That too.
keep spraying your fucking arm until you burn yourself, basically.
The eye licking thing. Well, at least that was somewhat harmless. Like,
Yeah, besides the burn that you have.
what? No, the eye licking challenge.
That seems fucking weird too. That
Oh,
like
yeah.
these kids are just fucking stupid.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a challenge where people would actually legitimately light themselves on fire while they're on a diving board and then jump into the water.
That I do not doubt.
No, it was a thing.
I don't think I could doubt just about anything these days.
No, I couldn't. Like, I'd be like, yeah, I can believe that.
What's some other? There was
What's
one.
up, Cyrus?
Hi, Cyrus. I think there was one. Where was it? They were doing something where they would. I think it was like a salt and ice challenge. Where take a guess what they did with salt and ice.
Ate
They
it?
would. No, they would rub it on each other's skin.
Made dry ice.
And they would
Ugh.
literally rub it on each other's arms. And guess what happened?
People got burned.
Frostbite.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Go figure. There were kids going to the hospital with bad burns on them. And I guess people didn't realize that things like that is stupid.
Oh, they probably realized it. They just didn't care.
I did that too.
They're like, YOLO.
Yep. Fuck, man. Of all the silly phrases.
Yeah. It reminds me of the watch this.
Hold my beer.
Yeah.
Basically.
Fuck. I mean, because I did stupid shit when I was young, but at least the stupid shit I did was jumping ramps on my bike and shit like that.
Well, I mean, there's still kids around here that do that.
Well, no, but I mean, you didn't hear of people doing that kind of stupid shit.
No.
Uh, maybe the internet will be humanity's downfall. Bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, JC just winnable natural selection do its job quickly enough. No shit.
Too many safety nets.
Yeah,
Modern
yeah.
modern medicine has gotten too good.
Ask anyone, nobody.
I don't know. I think
Every time
if you put a Tide Pod in a vape and smoke it, I think that should just be the end of you.
Oh yeah. I just think that like whenever you get to the hospital and they said what you did, you probably should have said, "I'd just leave them."
Yep, that's it. Sorry, buddy.
Like,
You know.
there's been some challenges that I would understand, but they're not as harmful as like eating a Tide Pod or jumping into a pool on fire. Oh yeah, did you guys talk about the Walmart game leak?
We did last
Uh,
week. Yeah,
We
but
did on Wednesday. Now it seems like the one that Rage 2 though is actually truly becoming a thing because
Yeah.
every day Bethesda keeps leaking out a picture with that Rage 2 pink symbol on it.
yep. Well, and there was a character too. I saw somebody
Yeah.
post something.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
that I see. I'm still kind of torn whether it was just an accident and Rage
Oh no,
slash Bethesda.
I think all those games that were on there was just simply to throw everybody off of like what they were leaking.
It was all a psyop by Bethesda.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was Bethesda. I think that's what I think.
Yeah,
'Cause, I mean,
like
it was
that
just
would be
too
the
perfect.
second. Yeah, I could totally see it.
The only one out of all those games is Rage 2, and that and Bethesda's now continuing on with it, with that, you know, where everything else was kind of just forgotten about. So
Yep. I totally buy it. Especially because what E3 is right around the corner, isn't it?
yeah, and apparently, I guess like one of the pictures that Bethesda shared out was the Big Ben clock, and it had the pink spray paint on it, and then it had like the time shown as 5:14. So people are assuming that Monday we're going to get some sort of thing. I don't know.
And I saw something too about Bethesda saying that their what would you call it? Presentation at E3 is going to be the longest they've ever done, or the longest in a long time, or something like that.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. So.
Are they going to announce Elder Scrolls 6?
I know, right? What else is coming, Bethesda? I mean, you already leaked Rage 2, so what the fuck?
And I can't believe the amount of people that are like hyped about this Rage announcement. Like, I didn't even know Rage was even that popular back in the day.
I didn't even think it was all that great of a game.
I didn't either. I mean, it wasn't really anything that was to write home about. And now people are acting like it's some sort of, oh yes, I've been waiting for Rage. Like, why?
Why? Yeah, it was Fallout Light.
I still think people are excited for it just for the sake of being excited for it. Like it's like if they came out with a new game that I'm trying to think. What's a mediocre game? Wait, okay. You know that game, Remember Me? It was like it's very lost. Nobody knows what that game is. You guys remember that game at all?
No,
Vaguely.
but that's probably why it was a mediocre game.
It'd be like if they made a sequel to that, and all of a sudden people are like, oh, yes, I've been waiting for this. Like, it comes out of nowhere. It's like every time there's a sequel to some obscure game, there's always people, like, everybody's like, oh, yes, I've been waiting for this.
I mean, oh, what's up, Kiru? I don't know if she's listening or not.
What?
She put something in the chat. You should join us if you're listening. You're actually on. Jesus.
She never really gets on.
I know, right? Didn't you take your sleeping pill by now? Yeah, Shadowkin, I'm right with you. It was fun, but it wasn't anything. Wasn't
Yeah,
anything
it wasn't
special.
anything. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't something like that. I mean, like we played God of War. Now, when like if they tease, like say in a couple of years they tease God of War 2, everybody's gonna be happy about it. And like I'm hyped. I can't wait. But Rage, like I don't know. I mean, like it's like them hyping. Fuck, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a mediocre game.
Sniper Ghost Warrior.
Yeah, if they said if they really got Sniper Ghost Warrior 3 or 4, you'd be. I mean, are we gonna really be like, damn, I can't wait?
And that's the thing. Like, I even love Sniper Ghost Warrior, but I understand that really is a mediocre game. I mean, I love it because I love sniping, and I love how they really did sniping in that game.
I hate Sniper Ghost Warrior 3.
But yeah, it wasn't all that great of a game. Yeah, like
they fucked up that game.
Yeah,
it's like Brink. You guys remember Brink?
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
What if they made a sequel to that? How many people do you think would be on board and say, yes, I've been waiting for this?
I imagine there'd be a lot of people actually. Sadly, I mean these people are just like hyped for everything. I think.
I mean, I get it. I guess like some of these things can become cult classics, and there's like a core group of people.
If they fix what was wrong with Rage and Rage 2, then I'm all for it. I'll try it out. But like, it's not going to be like a guaranteed day one unless they blow me out of the water with what they show me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just not. I don't know. It's like okay, yay. I keep seeing these pink things scroll through my timeline. I'm like, okay. I'm thinking Splatoon's being announced.
Right? Well, it's not okay. So I don't know who. Omega Jim was with the
crossover between Fallout, and Splatoon.
Yeah, Omega Jim. Is it because of the breast cancer thing? Are they just like trying to glom onto that and making it all pink just to like with the skin?
Rage was never pink.
No, nothing about it was pink.
Yeah, it was all fucking doom and gloom, and now all of a sudden it's like this bright pink. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious as to what it's about and like what it's going to be. I mean, I guess Sony leaked their E3 too.
Oh really?
Yeah, they leaked the whole fucking thing.
Shit.
They said this year's E3 is going to be different. They are going to focus on a deep look at Death Stranding, Last of Us 2, Spider-Man, and Ghost of Tsushima. And then they're going to have the third-party deals and indies and other stuff. But those are the 4 major games that they're going to focus on. And to me, everybody's like freaking out going, oh, this is going to be boring. It's going to be like, dude, like, those are the only 4 games left. Like, none of these other companies have had time to completely make another sequel for them to show out now. And so it's like, I mean, I'm okay for it. Like, the only thing we should be able to tell from this is we're winding down the generation, and we will see the PlayStation 5 soon. But they did say there will be no hardware announcement. For anybody trying to think that a PlayStation 5 is going to be announced at E3 for some unknown reason.
Fuck no. They just had, wasn't the PS4 Pro at the last E3?
No, PS4 Pro was 2016 when it came out.
16?
Yeah.
I guess they could do PS5, but still, that'd be awfully soon.
But they still wouldn't even do it at a E3. They would
no, they wouldn't. Yeah.
They did the PS4 Pro. They did the PS4. They've done the PS3 all at their own, at its own showing. And so there's no way in hell they're going to bring, because I mean, you have to dedicate too much time to the hardware.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they're not going to.
Plus, you usually like to have at least a few games, if not 5 or 6, like trailer type. Maybe it's short, but still, you have more than 1 or 2 games to flash up on the screen. So yeah, it takes a while.
And they're gonna. I mean, they have too many third-party partnerships to dedicate on their E3 to show up, like Red Dead Redemption 2, Call of Duty, Destiny 2's DLC. Like, they have all these different things they have to show off, plus their games. They're not going to take give a 10-minute brief thing on PlayStation 5 launches 2019, $500. Bye. I mean, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cyrus. I mean, at this point, Cyrus. I mean, they could even just go. You know what? We're not having an E3 this year. We'll see you at PSX, and they still win E3.
Well,
I mean,
it'd
I'm
be
just
the
gonna
most
put it out there.
original.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna put it out there. They're showing up with 4 first-party games, and that's more than Microsoft is gonna show up with. Cryogenic. Who's Cryogenic?
I know who it is.
Okay, so help him join the stream then.
I can't create links to the server.
Well,
I got it. I got
you
it.
then, okay?
I was like, do you need some help or?
Right.
Oh God, Kira Source there.
And there
Bitch
goes the
snuck
stream.
back.
There, it's time for y'all to go home.
Oh,
Oh, what
it's
is
okay.
it?
I know how to drive away people real quick. We'll be good.
You did a really good job in our server.
You're welcome.
I'm glad. Thank you.
I was like, I can't tell if that's sarcasm, but whatever. I'm sticking
no.
with it.
Oh no, that our server was cancer for a while.
Yeah, I could tell.
To be fair, we still got furry pretty bad, so you know.
I just don't go in there anymore.
Right?
The only time I come into this server is when we do this podcast, and then I'm out. Like I don't even check it anymore.
You're like,
Just
I
stay
wash
out
my
of the not
hands
safe for
clean, so you
worse.
fools.
I can't go. I made it to where now when if I accidentally click on that not safe for work, it pops up saying, "Are you 18?" And I always put no. Like the only time I will ever in my life say I'm under 18.
Fucking furries taking over everything.
Oh, you can always tell when Kira's here because you can hear that.
Oh shit!
Oh, I'm kidding. I don't give a shit. Like
I don't
I'm not
either.
the people that care too much about you typing. But
Okay, good. All right.
I remember
I'm
what's his
gonna
name?
forget
What
to
was
mute.
his name? What the fuck was his name?
I
Fun
know-
fact.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That
whatever.
always used to get pissed off because you were typing. I'm like, dude, you're on a fucking computer. Like, what do you think is going to happen with people?
My keyboard is ridiculously loud. And
I used to have one like that, but I type 75 words a minute, and so my wife forced me to buy another one.
Is it
She's
mechanical?
like, I can't handle it. Yeah. Oh, mine's like a silent
The
mechanical now.
silent ones, yeah.
But the one
See,
I had
need-
before was like full on mechanical, and it was like, I mean, it was fucking loud.
I need something that's like the ergonomic design though.
See, I can't do the
So-
ergonomic thing. That bent one.
If I type so much faster on these than I do on a normal keyboard.
I can't because I've gotten so used to my first finger is like reaching across and touching the other keys that when it's bent like that, I want to reach across there to like hit that key and it just won't work because my fingers aren't that damn long.
Tiny hands. Is that what you are? Take after
No,
Trump?
I mean that's a big ass gap.
I got some big hands, I guess.
Blue geek isn't here, so
Yeah. You have to save those gay jokes.
yeah.
Save
And
them.
Shadow
There's always
Kenya,
time for gay jokes. What are you talking about?
Death Stranding and The Last of Us 2, I definitely want to see stuff about definitely Death Stranding.
Yeah,
I already know
definitely
Last
Death
of Us 2 is
Stranding.
going to be fire. Like, I don't even have to worry about that game. Death Stranding, I just want to find out what the fuck that is.
Right?
I'm hyped for it just because it's such a
It's
fucking
different.
mindfuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that everybody asks, like, why are people so hyped for it? I'm like, because it's so fucking different. Like, we're not used to seeing some sort of mind trip every time we see a fucking trailer.
Dude, after Call of Duty 14, you know, it's something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the best part is that it could get publishers and devs and all that to start
I'll
taking
give
a few
Skyrim a
risks.
roll.
Yeah, especially if it does really good. I mean, I've seen so many not really conspiracy theories, but theories related to Death Stranding, like it's really a Metal Gear Solid game. And it's interesting. I don't think it is, but
Well, it
It's-
seems
it's
like
still-
it's something like he
could be.
wanted to do with, You know,
Metal
maybe
Gear
not.
Solid,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like Metal Gear Solid started becoming so weird that
'Cause we know
this is
that he
kind of where he
can't-
wanted to go with it. Maybe not exactly with like the baby in the chest or anything like that, but like
Yeah.
that kind of thing was what he was trying to do, but he wasn't
Well,
allowed to.
Yeah, but we know we can't carry on the Metal Gear Solid name, so this might be a way for him to carry on Metal Gear Solid without actually carrying on Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. What's up, Cryo?
Yeah, Hideo Kojima, I would pay money, like good money, to go see a movie made by him.
Oh, dude.
When you
That
come out of that, when you came out of that movie, you would be seriously going, "What the fuck did I watch?"
Who, Kojima?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that would be what's the guy who's famous for his twists?
M Night Shyamalan.
Shyamalan. Yeah, that'd be Shyamalan turned up
Oh.
to 11, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd be Shyamalan like turned up way high, because I mean that movie, you would leave and go, "Did I watch a movie? Like, what the fuck?"
Kojima
Like, what
deserves
just
props
happened?
for making you get really hyped by showing you literally nothing that relates to the game. Like he shows you
He
random
just-
stuff and you everyone just gets hyped.
Well, yeah, I mean everybody has to, because like you never know what the fuck is you're actually watching.
Right.
I mean, you could actually be watching the game. You could be watching something different. You don't really know, and that's the beauty of him. He has definitely a way to keep
Show
you
you
in
just
suspense the
enough.
whole fucking
Yeah.
time.
Right.
And I have a feeling that we're actually going to be in suspense on what this game is and what it entails until it fucking releases.
It's advertised as a PS4 exclusive, right?
Yeah.
It
Or-
is, but I honestly think it'll eventually be a crossover
Yeah. I mean,
Dude, 'cause,
like,
like that's the thing.
PS4,
like, yeah,
PS5 game.
there's some really good PS4 games. Don't get me wrong, but I can't warrant spending like $300 or $400 for me because I'm in Canada for a box that I'm gonna play
I wouldn't
once or
bring that up.
twice.
Oh man. Are you a PC player?
I primarily play PC, yeah, but I have a Switch.
Oh, you're one of them people.
oh man.
Ooh, what does that mean?
Now the FBI is
Like-
watching the stream.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Ooh,
You're a grown man playing that. I mean, they look for grown men playing the Switch. It's like a.
Grown.
grown man. I'm only 17.
That's old enough, man. You're older than the legal limit. So they're like, yeah, we're watching you.
Actually, no,
Next
he's in
thing-
Canada. No, he's in Canada. It's all fine.
Oh yeah, they don't really give a shit up there.
Exactly.
Next thing
Like,
you know,
wait,
you're gonna come,
well,
next thing you know,
what
you're
am
gonna
I
come on
hearing
here and
now?
like promote your Minecraft stream.
Wow.
I
Rip my Minecraft stream, dude.
Oh fuck.
always have to fuck with people. I don't.
Later, psycho.
Halo Storm. It's called a joke.
What's wrong with the Switch? Oh, bro. You,
Guys, he's
you want me to
It's
get
still
in on
called a
that?
joke.
Because I could get into it if you really want. But yeah, it's
When it
just,
comes to
it's a
when
joke.
it comes to the Switch, it's just called the fact that it's Nintendo.
What's wrong with Nintendo though?
I hate every
Apparently
one of their
everything.
fucking games.
Well,
Oh.
that's the complete opposite for me. I've grown up playing Nintendo.
I've grown up with Nintendo. I grew up like, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like I don't hate Xbox.
I just got
or PC.
tired. I
Like,
just got tired of Nintendo putting Mario and everything, and then Zelda and everything. And it's like, dear God, and they just continue doing it and like get a pass. But you let like Xbox put Halo 6. God, you're
You're milking
what's
it.
it called? You're milking it. Uncharted 4. You're milking the damn thing. It's like, come on. How are they milking it whenever you have Super Mario 176?
I mean, if it keeps making the money.
yeah,
I know. Oh, I know. I get the reason why they do it. I mean, like, it makes them tons of money every time you put Mario in a fucking game. But it's just so crazy to me that how much of a pass that Nintendo gets in these things within the
like,
community.
Those are their icons, right? They
Oh,
don't,
I get it. I just
Yeah.
don't like it. I just get tired. I've gotten tired of over the years playing games with Mario and Zelda and all them in it. I've gotten to the point to where, like, I like Splatoon. That was a fresh new IP, that came out that I was kind of like, okay, well, I mean, this is actually something that Nintendo made that was new. But that doesn't happen very often. Usually it's just, okay, let me find a different game, but then we're going to make Mario the centerpiece. Like Mario Paint, Mario Color, Mario Wash Your
Odyssey.
Windows, Mario Odyssey. It's like, dear God, I mean, like, I can't I just can't do it anymore.
I think what really got me is them
Risky.
re-releasing the same games over and over on different platforms and still charging just a ridiculous amount of money for
Yeah,
them.
I do agree that they should have cut down on the price, or sort of like a discount if you own the game, even like on
Yeah,
the platform.
yeah, yeah.
Because
And
like
Fatal-
that was the
Oh, go
thing
ahead.
with the when PS4 came out, there was a couple games that they did it with where there was like, if you had a PS3 version of the game, you could pay like $10 and upgrade it to the PS4 version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how it was in the very beginning, and with like the
Yeah.
Call of Duties and stuff like that. You could pay just like a small $5 fee and have the new version.
Right.
Fatal, like I've already told you, like whenever you want to, anytime you want to hop in a thing, like I said, if we don't see you in there, just leave a comment that you're in the audience, and we'll pull you up.
All right, man.
And
You
Jay
become a
Caesar's
recurring
right.
member.
If the Switch
Okay,
had
yeah,
a
no
trophy
problem.
system, Rambo would have it.
If what?
See,
If
I
the
feel
s-
like the thing
If
is
it had
like,
I
if
see,
it
I
had
don't
a
know,
trophy system.
it would be the only reason that I would play like right now. Like I have no interest in playing any Switch game, but like I could definitely warrant playing one if it had like a trophy system or an achievement system. I still wouldn't enjoy the games though, because I just don't enjoy Mario and Zelda anymore. Like I would want new. I want new IPs from Nintendo, whether they be cartoony or not. I don't give a shit. But I just want new IPs,
do
not new
understand
IPs with Mario's name.
I do understand where you're coming from, for sure. I think like, see, here's the thing. You look at the new God of War game that came out, right? And everyone
Mhm.
praises it, and yeah, I get it. It's a good game. Like, don't get me wrong, I played it. But I see too many similarities to, thanks, Trism. I see too many similarities with The Last of Us in it. Like, for example, the camera angle, the fact that it's a father figure taking care of a son figure or a daughter figure, right?
Yeah, the kid. Yeah, I mean, I understand the comparisons people have with it, but playing the story, I see a completely different take on it.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I definitely I for sure enjoyed the older God of War games, right? Because I like going through. Hold on, I can't hear anything because everyone's talking game. But I like tearing through hordes of enemies, right? And it was absolutely insane. They kind of removed that in this new one, right? They kind of
But
made
see,
it so that you have like more of a one-on-one combat.
Yeah, and I actually enjoyed the new way because like the old guy, like to me, like if you're going to continue a series on like say Halo or an Uncharted or Gears or whatever,
Right.
you're eventually going to have to like change the formula, and it's a risk. It's a huge risk because you never know like if your fans are going to adapt to it or not. And
Right.
I think that with this new God of War, they did what was needed. Like because I think that Ascension really was the downfall of God of War. Like people after the Ascension, I think Sony said, "Fuck, no more God of War. Like we can't deal this."
Right. And I feel like
And
the risk that they did take with this new one, it paid off for sure.
oh, definitely. I mean, it's got me. I mean, they definitely got a new lease on life with the God of War franchise.
Yeah. Like,
And-
don't get me wrong. There's gonna be those like salty people that have played the
Oh
franchise
God, yeah.
since the beginning.
Oh, definitely.
They're gonna not like it, but there are gonna be people who are more interested to play the game because of
Yeah.
how it is now.
I mean, I definitely like the idea that they did that. I wish that like Halo and Gears and Uncharted, Uncharted, we still don't know if they're really going to continue it or not. We have a suspicion that they are because Sony is building another studio.
Mhm.
But if they do continue it, I hope that they like start. And I mean, I know that like Lost Legacy was basically Uncharted with two females, and so I'm hoping that they can at least change something up in that storyline or in that gameplay, to where it kind of gives us a different take on Uncharted, and
I feel
it
like,
kind of makes
yeah.
it fresh again.
The Uncharted formula has gotten very repetitive. It seems
Yeah.
to be shoot, climb, story, shoot, climb, story, repeat. Like,
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a fucking phenomenal story, and the sceneries are phenomenal, but you just kind of get like it's a wash, rinse, repeat type formula.
right.
And it's
right.
I mean, it's a good formula. It works, but I think that like any game like that, any game that goes on into their fifth, sixth, game, needs to start looking at revamping the way they do things. Like
Not Call of
completely
Duty.
change things up.
My only issue with
Oh
the
God,
first,
no, not
like,
Call of Duty. Fuck
my
no.
only issue with the first 3 Uncharted games is that they were like very, very linear. Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy did give you more like room to breathe.
Yeah, but I like how they built up Uncharted 1, 2, and 3, and then with 4 they did try to change some of the formula by opening it up and seeing how that worked. And to me, I think that was a good start with changing things up to make it feel a little bit new again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, it still had the same wash and repeat type of formula, but to me, the opened up feeling made it feel like a different style of game.
Right, and like every time, one thing that Uncharted has never failed to please me on is the story. It's always phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like I'm a sucker for good stories, right?
Well, a good story can save a bad game. It really can.
Right, it could.
Cough,
Yeah, that's
cough,
exactly
Mass
what
Effect,
I'm.
cough,
I
cough.
love story-based games. Like,
Why'd you got to bring that up,
that's-
Kira?
what you say?
Mass
Mass
Effect.
Effect.
God.
Mass Effect. Oh yeah. Oh God. Halo Storm. Yeah. I mean, I know every game has a gameplay loop. Like that's the thing. But and I don't mind a gameplay loop. Like if you're dealing with 1, 2, and 3, and sequels. But if
Right.
you're going into 4, 5, and 6, or even more, it's time to. Even if you just change up a little bit of the loop. Like
that's
make something, throw something in there that people aren't expecting, because like you can go in it, like if they make Uncharted 5, we can kind of know, like, unless they change something up, we know exactly what to expect on how the enemies are going to go. We're going to get a set piece to where there's going to be a set number of enemies. The easier ones are going to be out first, the harder ones are going to come in, and the harder ones are going to come in, and then we're going to go on and we're going to do that again. But
right.
if they, like Halo, same thing. I mean, Gears, same thing. They need to change them up to where the game, whenever you go into it, it's still the same game that you love, but it's a fresh take on way things. It makes it feel new again. It doesn't make you feel like you're playing the sixth or seventh iteration of the exact same loop.
That's what I think Assassin's Creed Origins did really well. Like I don't know if it's the 1 year break that they took, but like the game felt different for the most part.
It did, but God, I just wish they wouldn't have had it like changed it completely to a full-on RPG.
Right, like they you could see where they took a lot of inspiration from Breath of the Wild and stuff.
Yeah.
Right, which I don't mind. I love Breath of the Wild, but like you could tell that they still had the Assassin's Creed feel to it. Like, yeah, you still had the boring tailing missions. You still had a pretty dumb story, in my opinion, right? And like it continued and continued. But the game felt fresh for the most part, right? The fact that I could just go wherever I want, right, without being restricted, and for the most part, like I'd like to go to places where I was underleveled and had to have a good challenge to go up against, right? Like
See if you can sneak past everything and
right.
all
And
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
My issue, I definitely enjoyed Assassin's Creed 3 and 4, but their combat was horrific in my opinion. Like,
see, I liked Force combat, and I liked Syndicate's combat.
Syndicate's combat, I liked Unity's combat the best. Unity's combat was really refreshing.
Yeah, Unity I did like, because Unity was everybody hated Unity for some, like, because of the bugs and glitches, but I never experienced those. And
I played it like a couple years after. I played it like 2 years.
So you got it like way after all the patches and stuff.
Yeah, I got it like way after.
Yeah, but I mean, it was like, to me, it felt refreshing to play. Like, the enemies were made harder. You weren't able just simply to master your little buttons and take care of everything. And
parry kill, rinse,
it was definitely a refreshing way to handle it. And then Syndicate came in and they kind of perfected the Unity thing
style combat.
Yeah, and then you had the two different types of assassin with two different type of combat.
Right.
And then of course you have Origins, and I just wish they wouldn't. I mean, I like Origins, but I just really wish they wouldn't have gone full. Like, they completely revamped everything.
Right.
And I understand they needed to. It's just harder to get into it, because you still, like you said, you still have that Assassin's Creed feel, but everything's completely changed. So you're like, when you're playing Assassin's Creed, your mind tells you to hit certain buttons. Like, it's almost like muscle memory, because it's in the same. And when you go into Assassin's Creed Origins, you can't hit those buttons anymore because they don't mean shit anymore. And so, yeah, I mean, it's completely. I don't know. got to go back and play it some more because to me, I couldn't get into it the very first time.
I didn't get into it at first. Like I played like 20 hours when I first picked it up, but I didn't get nowhere near completing the game, right? And like I just uninstalled it and then I came back to it later, and like I really enjoyed the game after that. Like I finally got into it. Like that's been my issue with a lot of games. Is like I'll play it at first and not really like it, but then I'll come back to it and it'll be much better than I remembered.
Oh my god.
What?
Look at her butt.
Oh, somebody tweeted, his Twitter name is The Great Satan. His ad is at WASP Mafia. And he writes, he has a picture, I guess, of a bunch of kids doing the T-pose. You know, like
Yeah.
whenever that fucks up on a game and you see the T-pose. We must take the T-pose we must make the T-pose a symbol of white supremacy. I want to see a BuzzFeed headline that reads, "The alt-right has a new Nazi salute and it's terrifying parents and teachers." And then 2 days later, there was an article from BuzzFeed says the racist origin of the T-pose and why it needs to be stopped.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God.
My God.
Right, did you die?
Yeah, I died.
Jesus Christ.
By the way, your mic kind of died, Trism.
Did it?
Yeah.
Alright. So, like...
Is
Says that
it
on the part
another
of
4chan
No,
mindfuck?
The T-pose was just a meme based off of, like, you know how, like, in games whenever you no-clip, it puts you into the T-pose, like in GTA, for instance, is a good example. Whenever you no-clip...
Even Gary's mod for that.
Oh, yeah,
Counter-Strike, yeah.
It basically became a meme. I first saw it when someone said the story of Jesus was the Romans hung him in the T-pose, and that's how he was able to no-clip out of it.
Oh, dear God.
That's where I first saw the meme.
Here, give me a sec. I forgot my phone downstairs.
Alright.
Oh, my God.
That's sort of where the meme came from. People would always talk about different T-poses and whatnot, different scenarios. And it was just because of the idea of that was the pose default character model. You know how whenever you create a character model in a game, you put it in the T-pose as sort of the default before you do any other adjustments to the model. That's the default position. That's why whenever you no-clip, it does that. So that's where it came.
And that's the reason why the T-pose is funny, because like whenever that's the reason why the kids are doing it, is because they're in the game and it glitches where it puts in a T-pose.
Yeah.
And apparently this person cannot understand this.
Oh no, I can't turn this into something that'll just get a bunch of clicks and piss off a lot of people. Wow.
Oh my God.
Best timeline ever.
So,
it's fucking scary, man.
Question to Bethesda's leaks. What do you guys think that they're showing off with those two pictures?
Rage 2.
Rage 2? You think Rage 2 with those?
It doesn't fit, but Rage 2 is the one that did the pink marker with the anarchy symbol, and all of a sudden now Bethesda's tweeting out a bunch of things with different pink spray paint on it.
I was thinking a little more, especially with the second image that they showed off with the spaceship. I was thinking Starfield. Hopefully they're not new IP.
At least it would be a new IP.
I mean, but the thing is, though, with the spaceship, it still had the pink thing on it. So
right,
I mean,
right.
it was.
So, like,
it makes me wonder: are we gonna have Rage in space?
That could be a thing. Cause
Rage in space.
Walmart already
leaked it could be a new damn song.
Walmart already leaked that there's gonna be a Rage 2s.
Yeah, I think that was a controlled leak by Bethesda. I think the rest of the games that were on there is just something Bethesda put on there to make it look like that it could be real. The rest of the stuff, and to keep the idea of which one exactly they were leaking a secret until they wanted it, and then they came out and I really honestly think that the rest of them are, because we know the other ones aren't happening.
Sorry.
Or at least not anytime soon.
Final Fantasy VII's time soon. PlayStation came first. It wouldn't be released for PlayStation and Xbox the same day. And what was the other one? Oh, Forza Horizon 5. Well, 4 hasn't even came out, so 5 definitely is not going to be happening.
Oh, is that what it said? It said Forza Horizon 5. I didn't catch that.
Yeah. So I mean, to me, it's like it was a controlled leak for Rage 2.
Right.
But I don't know why. It's not like the Rage 2, right? Like we saw, Rage hasn't really been a huge thing, so I'm not going to do a controlled Rage.
I still think, well, last time I saw a pink anarchy symbol on a game advertising, it was for Life is Strange, I think.
Oh, that's right. That is right.
That's the first thing that popped in my mind was Life is Strange.
Life is Strange already got a sequel, or
yeah, I know. That's why I don't think it was.
It was like a spin-off. Before the Storm was a spin-off. Life is Strange 2 is still being worked on, from what they said.
Who develops Life is Strange? Like, who publishes it and develops
Don't Nod.
Don't Nod, that's who it is.
And I think Square Enix, I think
Square
is
Enix.
I think like the prequel as much as I like the original.
Right.
Like whenever I played, it didn't have as much of like an emotional pull as the first one did. I'm hoping that Life is Strange 2, when they do another one, is going to be an actual good storyline.
Right. I feel like that goes for all these episodic games. Like you build this up, so you build this like huge thing up, but in the end, it only ends one or the other way. Like,
yeah.
Okay, there we go. There should be a way to like, make it more, more tied into what you did. Because some of these endings, like, they don't tie in with what you did through the entire game. Neither of them do. Like, sometimes both endings are like, I don't remember doing any of this, or like it doesn't make any sense.
How did it get to this point? Yeah. That's the one thing I like about David Cage's games, like the Detroit Become Human, Heavy Rain, and Beyond Two Souls, is that your ending is completely dependent upon everything that you did. So, I mean, everybody, like, you can get 7, 8, 10 endings in some of these games, and all depends on the choices you made throughout the game.
That was a big thing with Nier Automata as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It had like 26 endings.
Yeah. And it was all dependent on how you played the game. And I think that these Life is Strange games and these Telltale games, while they're good, I mean, I definitely like them, but I think they need to start working on, we need to like branch out, like actually make story matter, and the choices that people matter. Because I've gone to there and just picked anything, and you always end up at the exact same ending every single time. It does not matter what you pick. And that's what sucks. Is like they prelude it with your choices matter. Like, no, they don't.
No, they don't. Not at the end. Yeah, sure. The like first 4 episodes.
Yeah, and then at the very end, it's like, no, it doesn't matter what you did. This is the ending we want you to see.
Right.
Well, that's the problem with Telltale games, is that their games are, I don't know how to really put them, but their games don't have that much diversity to them, except maybe you'll get some different dialogue options.
Well, they could have different diversity to them if they just simply wrote the extra story for the different choices.
The only choices that really impact the game are like the ones that are forced upon you no matter what. Like, either, like, for example, the first game, when you're in the gas station or whatever, you have to choose to stay the girl or the guy, right? Like, that was in the story. You didn't have a choice whether there was there's a choice to save both or completely stop that from happening, right?
I've actually learned also that in that game, it doesn't matter who you save, the next person is going to get killed anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can have like three more lines of dialogue out of them.
Yep.
So not all their options are like that. This doesn't happen in all those cases.
But it happens in every one of the Telltale games, though. Like
I've played Walking Dead Season 1, Season 2. I haven't touched New Frontier. I've played
New Frontier is the same way.
Right. I've played Wolf Among Us did it really well. I like the choices and how they built up, because there was more variety in there, I feel.
It was, but at the end, it was still a predetermined ending.
The end was still predetermined, right? Like
they definitely need to, like, the David formula the realistic graphics and stuff. Keep with their drawings and the way they do it, but keep the narrative how David Cage branches off. One scene could have 8 different outcomes.
Right.
And they start writing those 8 different outcomes based on what people choose and what people do. And I think that would make those games even more appealing.
Right.
Yeah, it's hard to sell something where it's like all of your decisions really matter, and then in the end, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. I actually kind of liked that in Until Dawn.
Oh yeah, Until Dawn's another one of those great games where it all branches out, and it actually makes a difference on what you choose.
Yeah, there's multiple endings.
Yeah,
right?
you could end up with one person alive. You could end up with all of them alive. You could end up with 3. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, there's so many different endings that you based on your choices.
That was a really good game to even like watch people stream or
people
yeah, because it was different every time.
Every time, right?
Even the graphics were like looked like a fucking movie.
Yeah.
It was so scary how real they made Hayden Panettiere look.
Right.
He looked so great. Oh, I had the biggest crush on Sam.
Oh, me too. I did too. I was like, I was trying my best to get that towel to fall off.
Hold on.
I was so mad. I was like going, because like first of all, I can't even get a towel to stay on me between my bathroom and my bedroom. This girl can fucking run and dodge people trying to kill her, and that towel stays on perfect. I'm like, shit, man, I need that.
I need that towel.
Yeah.
We've got a stage 5 clinger here.
Yeah, it's like going whatever. I need to know the towel maker that she uses.
The only David Cage game I played was Heavy Rain, and I think I spent many hours on that game trying to get every little ending, every little different thing that you can do, and it was all just through subtle ways of changing through the game. Like even when going for the trophies, some of the trophies that you had to get relied on subtle things that you had to have a keen eye or a walkthrough to get.
They did, like, David Cage does his games really, really well. Like, people might not like David Cage as a person. I don't really give a shit about him as a person. The only thing I know is, like, whenever he makes his games, especially if you're a game guy, then you're of his games. Because, I mean, everything, it's not just big things that matter, big decisions. Like, every little decision matters, too.
Right.
I love it when games can do that. I love it. Like, I eat that shit up.
And I have a feeling that, like, this game, like, Detroit Become Human is going to be big like that because, like, when you walk in one scenario, you'll see a fish on the ground, and it's out of the water, and you have to choose to save the fish or just let it die. And I'm thinking that's a small little minute detail, but I'm thinking that if whatever decision you make on that is going to affect somehow the outcome in the end. And
who made the game Beyond Two Souls?
That's David Cage and Quantum Dreams. Okay. Yeah.
See, I never really got around to playing that one. I played Heavy Rain, but I never really played.
See, Heavy Rain's controls were very clunky.
Right.
They were.
And Beyond Two Souls improved on the controls, and then now I'm thinking Detroit Become Human might be like his pinnacle performance of these games, like kind of transitioning into what he wanted them to be all the time. And so I'm hoping that this game, I haven't played the demo because I don't want to be spoiled on any outcome. But I can't wait to actually play it and see where you can go with the story, and see how the controls improve from Beyond Two Souls.
That's another.
One would hope there'd be improvement.
Yeah.
I don't know. I may just rent one or maybe buy one for cheap.
There
are like a handful of games that I'd like to play, but like. Up until this point, especially, like, it was only a few that I was like, hey, I really want to play those.
If you go to Best Buy,
right?
Depending on if you have do you have a Best Buy rewards program?
I think I do, yeah.
Say if you do, then you get 30 days to return an item, even if it's open.
Oh, okay.
So buy your PS4, go to the GameStop, buy the games used. You actually get, if you buy the games used, you actually have a week to play them. And then return them for your money back completely. And so you could play all the games you wanted, buy the PS4, and then as long as you got them finished within 30 days and brought the thing back to the Best Buy, you did everything for free.
Fucking Rambo.
Oh my lord.
trying to help a brother out.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed with that. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I did with a lot of my Xbox Ones is because they only a couple exclusives came out, so I bought them. Bought the Xbox One, played the exclusives that I want. I have like 45 or 60 days because I'm a Best Buy Elite member, and so after close to the 2 months, I brought it back. It's like it won't play the 4K UHD movies that I wanted to play, and they're like, okay, well, here's your money back. I'm like, sweet, and not to mention, I actually get, instead of getting a physical game, you get a digital game with it, with the purchase of one, and I always redeem it, but then I never return it with that game. So I always basically get a free game out of buying the next Xbox One.
That's pretty good.
Bro, yeah. You see things like that. Oh shit, you're dead. By the way, also just a little reminder to all the people on Steam. There's a free game. I'm not sure if many of you've heard about Darwin Project.
Really fun. I've been grinding this game out for the past couple of days.
Think of it like Fortnite, but not garbage.
It's a fun. Well, I don't think Fortnite's garbage. I think Fortnite just become so mainstream that it's just simply like.
I don't mind the game.
Oh my gosh, Rambo, you hipster.
I don't mind the game, but going to class and hearing about it, I don't. Hearing about it
24/7, yeah.
I don't need to. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, I don't care about your 20 wins that you got last night. Good for you. Nope.
That's what got me out of Fortnite. I didn't even try to play. I think the only reason I played it was because a friend of mine wanted me to play it, and I played it with him for a bit, and it just really made me want to go back and play PUBG.
See, the thing is with PUBG, like, first of all, I played the game. I put up over 100 hours into it, right? And I've made my money back. The 37 CAD that I spent on the game, I made it back because the crates sell for like nearly $1 here each, right? And the crates can just be in by playing the game. So I made my money back and then some, right? I find the game more enjoyable. Yeah, the map's more bigger, but like I usually drop into the more populated zones, right?
PUBG's easier to control, don't at me.
I'm not a big fan of the. I'm not a big fan of the building mechanic in Fortnite because, like, I mean, yeah, it's cool, but like. So I'm gonna hit you with a sniper, and it's gonna.
Oh. Well, all right, that was fun.
I think it's Mike.
This game that I'm this game that me and Trism are playing right now. Hold on, people are loud in game.
Yeah.
This game that me and Trism are playing right now, the Darwin Project. They showed this back off at E3 2017. And this really caught my interest, but it just went under the radar, and it only popped up because it went free to play recently. So like, it popped up in my Steam recommended, and I picked it up. I was like, I remember this game, and it's existed for like a couple months, and I never even knew about it.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty fun game. Fun take on like the Fortnite.
The battle royale scene, right?
Well, the battle royale type thing. Yeah.
Is it on PlayStation or is it?
No, it's only in game preview right now, so it's on Xbox One and PC.
Yeah. It's in early access right now, so like the game, you could tell that it's fairly bare bones, and that's why I feel like this was really small because they were charging like $15 for it. But like, yeah, there's one game mode, quote unquote. There's one map. There's one objective, right? And there's only a few materials and stuff like it's fairly bare bones. But I've poured like 15 hours into it the past couple days, 2-3 days.
That's impressive.
Yeah, okay. When I find a game that I really enjoy, I'll pour hours into it. For example, when I got Divinity Original Sin 2, I think the first week I put 60 hours into that. Easily 60 hours.
I'm embarrassed by some of the games that hold my highest record of hours.
Andromeda?
Oh no, don't worry.
Not Andromeda. I didn't like Andromeda. Like, I finally finished it literally a week ago. I was like, I just need to fucking finish this game. So.
I don't know why, but like the 2013 reboot of Tomb Raider did that. I don't know if it was that whether I got bored or whether I kept buying new games because like there was a massive sale going on. But I got to near the end and just stopped playing. And like went on to other stuff, and then I finally came back. I'm like, okay, let me just finish this off. And the ending was really good, but was it worth? Like, I don't know. I felt like it was okay, but it wasn't anything like outstanding.
problem is we like okay. Did you get to the part at the end of Tomb Raider where you had to hide in the trees and snipe the guy? Yeah, I got there too. Because I was so exhausted playing that game.
Dude, it dragged itself on at the end. Like it just.
I thought it was over.
It could have ended 2 hours ago, but nope, we're still going.
Like we killed the main bad guy, I think. Like we were done. We found everything, and then I thought it was over. And then I got to that part.
That game just keeps going.
Rise did improve on that. Rise of the Tomb Raider did improve on that. Like once the main bad guy was gone, well, the game was over or about over.
The story in Rise wasn't that great though.
Story in Rise was very underwhelming in my opinion.
Yeah, it was very like compared to the 2013 reboot. Like you was kind of expecting Rise to actually have a continue on that type of storytelling. Right. But it was more about the gameplay and settings that of the Rise of the Tomb Raider, I think, rather than the story. Because I can't really remember too much about the story.
Because here's the thing with the 2013 reboot and Rise, these are like in the storyline they fall before Lara was actually a Tomb Raider. So with the new game coming out this year, Shadow, this is like the game she actually becomes a Tomb Raider, right? And I'm really really psyched to play this one.
Oh, the new one? Well, first of all, wait. The reboot, they talked about her. The reboot is when they, towards the very end, they showed her with double wielding pistols. So that means that she was becoming a Tomb Raider. Rise of the Tomb Raider was supposed to be her rising up and becoming a Tomb Raider. Well, then all of a sudden now it's like Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Now she's gonna finally become a Tomb Raider. I'm like, dear God, when is she ever gonna fucking become a Tomb Raider? Just make her the Tomb Raider again.
Watch them not make
I'm impatient.
Watch them not make her a Tomb Raider again.
Yeah, no, and then like the fourth one's gonna be like, will she become the Tomb Raider finally? Like, dear, no, I'm just not even fucking playing you because like you're pissing me off with this. Well, and have you noticed the facial Laura starts to look different in every one of these 3 games?
Right.
Like, how do you fuck up your main character that much?
Very carefully.
To where you can't even draw the same character 3 fucking games.
Very careful.
Yo, tell me why the dude that killed me, his name is K-pop dead.
See, I like this game. Like, they have the show director thing, which I've never seen before. Somebody who could like go around and kind of narrates the game. They have some power-ups and like
that game's kind of difficult too. I mean, it's not a really quick and easy game to.
Oh no! Like I was like, oh, this is gonna be a quick game. It's only 10-player battle royale. The game took me like one game took me like half an hour.
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about?
Yeah,
Darwin's actually fairly easy to get into. Like,
it's easy.
It's not easy. I'm just saying it's not like I didn't mean hard like as in I don't know what I'm doing type thing, but it was more about like hard to like it wasn't like a Fortnite game where you dump in and like 3 minutes later, you have a Victor Royale or whatever. Like it was quite a long game for as little as a map of it was.
Yeah.
Are you dead or no?
I died.
And you have to watch out for. I mean, it's not only do you have to watch out for being killed or whatever, you also have to watch out for freezing to death.
Right, freezing to death.
Yeah,
you have to watch your stamina
other elements. Yeah.
Right, like it's absolutely insane. And the fact that they made it free to play, like I definitely would have not known that this game even existed.
I got a review code for it. That's the only reason I had it before it went free to play. But it's a pretty good
like
battle royale type
I
thing.
installed it 2 nights ago, and I only played the first night for like 2 hours, and then today and yesterday. Here, let me check my hours right now, real quick. Let's see. 15.6 hours in the past 2 days. Yeah, 2 days.
Nice.
And that's after school, so I have about.
Wait, how old are you?
I am
17.
Oh, baby, child.
Well, I was like going, wait a minute.
I know, right? We're surrounded by children.
When did this happen? I leave for like a month, and we're surrounded
he's like,
by children.
whenever he came in, he's like, I grew up with Nintendo. Like, what did you start on? Wii?
Bro.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
You hating on the Wii now?
Yeah, man, what's wrong with the Wii?
Nothing's wrong with me. We're just saying.
Actually, no, legit. Even though I'm same age as Cry here, I grew up on a NES or
Damn, I didn't sound like I sound like a fucking baby. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I was kidding with y'all. Because always cracks me up. The kids always talking about like they grew up on PlayStation. I'm like,
bitch, you're still growing up. What are you talking about?
PS2, and I'm like, dear God, man. Like, When they start talking about the retro system, they're like, yeah, PS2 the retro system. I'm like, no, it ain't.
First console that I played was the
N64. Play the PS2.
I remember playing N64. That was really fun.
I got that on my 9th birthday, and it was the best fucking birthday. Let me tell you. That's when I came up with my first screen
I hated the 64.
Which
like, that
long
fucking
time
controller
ago.
is like.
I deadass thought that I'm missing a third hand or something.
Yeah,
I'm like, Mom, am I supposed to have like a third hand or something?
Yeah, I was like, something is wrong with me.
I'm like, is there
no, dude, the Dreamcast controllers were like took a long time for me to get used to. N64 was fun, but the Dreamcast ones were weird as fuck.
Dude, because when I went to my cousin's house, I was like, how the fuck do you play this with 2 hands? He's like, what are you telling me? You have 3? I was like, no, how do you play it? I don't know.
Yeah, because like you have to constantly move one hand back and forth. Like,
back and forth.
No matter what,
See,
it's like it was just.
You joined the PC Master Race. The mouse and keyboard hasn't changed all this time. Just
He's
saying.
not wrong. He's
Yeah,
not
but
wrong.
just the shitty games still continue.
Yeah.
Whoa, hold on. I don't know.
Throwing shade.
I'm just saying, if you want to deal with like the best games out there, you get a PlayStation.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I like. Okay, personally, I'm call me spoiled after going to PC gaming, but
Yeah, you're spoiled.
Okay.
There's the one who spends hundreds of dollars each month on games.
Hush, child.
Oh my god. Wish I had that
Right?
disposable income. I didn't even have fucking allowance.
I have to ponder those $5 Steam sales.
I think my issue with PC gaming is like the market's so like wide. You could buy games from anywhere for any price. So like I'll be like, this game's $60. No, here's the issue. This is a good thing, but this is an issue for me because I don't know how to spend money. Right?
Obviously, because you're 12.
Oh, well, yeah.
Shit.
Rip. Anyway, I'll see a game and it's like, oh, it's $60 on Steam, but it's only $20 on G2A. I'll be like, okay, impulse purchase, done.
Yeah, whenever I did PC gaming, like I went from 0 games to like over 500 games, like in a couple of months.
It's insane, dude.
Yeah, it was just like simply, I gotta have it. Oh, damn, it's on sale. I gotta have it. I gotta have it. Oh, this is
that's how they get you too.
I gotta have it.
Speaking of games, what do you guys think of No Man's Sky?
I haven't played it in a while, but I actually enjoyed it from the very launch day. But I mean, like, of course,
they're coming out with a really big update, like a massive one, which I'm hoping. We can only hope is a multiplayer update, because I seen a person in the game. It wasn't a person, it was a fucking blob, right? I was playing a couple months ago. I saw a blob on my screen, and he was moving around. I'm like, is this part of the game? No, I Googled this everywhere. I didn't find anything, so this was another guy, right? And I'm like, so they have this bare bones multiplayer, you can't really do anything. Yeah, I found one person out of millions of planets that are on the
game. Technically, you played the multiplayer.
Right, I did. But not the multiplayer that we were
That means Sean Murray wasn't lying.
Yeah, all this time. See? Y'all need to go back and apologize to Sean Murray now.
Don't get me wrong, when the game first launched, I wasn't a big fan of it either. I felt like it didn't have a lot of content. But once they came out with the Atlas Rising DLC, or update, sorry, I got really into it.
Shit. That is like one of my biggest pet peeves. If at launch your game doesn't feel complete, don't fucking launch it.
I mean, you can say the same thing about Sea of Thieves. Like,
preach.
That game does not feel complete in any way, shape, or form.
It feels complete for like the very first entry of your early access game.
Right. Like, when did consoles start getting early access games? That's my question.
As final releases?
Yeah, like it's absolutely insane, dude.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves is a fucking joke.
Sea of Thieves, I was like, that game actually interested me when I saw it, and then I saw the release.
Too,
I was
but
like,
then the content just was not there.
I'll keep my $60 to myself. Like
40, I think it's 40. You can get
40, 60, whatever.
But it's a $60. It was a $60 release at launch.
Plus, another thing is like, yeah, cool that Xbox is putting their games on Windows. I like that, but please, for the love of God, put it on Steam. I refuse to use your shitty Windows Store.
Nobody wants to use the fucking Windows Store.
Nope.
I had a friend who bought Forza Horizon 3.
Origin.
It fucking sucks.
My friend bought Forza Horizon 3, and he says he can't find it anywhere. Like, he's not logged in on the same account. You can't find it.
You can't, like, you either have to go in, it'll be in your start menu, like if you allow it to go to your start menu,
Right.
Otherwise, you have to actually go into the Windows Store, type in Forza Horizon 3, and then launch it from there, which is fucking dumb.
But that's the thing. Like, he went on there and it said purchase. Like, he bought the game on that account, right?
And it just said purchase. It wouldn't let him launch it.
Purchase. Yeah. He clicked the purchase button to see maybe if it was just a glitch. They brought him to like PayPal. I was like, what?
Like, yeah, I don't know. I hate that fucking store, man.
Same thing with like, I really am interested in State of Decay 2, but like,
I think there's actually a rumor. There's a rumor that that's going to launch on Steam as well because of the fact.
The first one was there.
Well, no, there was one of the whenever they IGN was doing the State of Decay 2 special deal.
Right.
It actually said this like a big message popped up in the middle saying they couldn't connect with the Steam servers.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, like nobody's announced it yet, but we really think that it actually might launch on or come to the Steam store, which is going to be good. Yeah. I honestly think that Microsoft would be better off doing the bot play anywhere and all that crap with like making a deal with Steam, like letting the Windows 10, like the Xbox users sign into their Steam account and play any of their Windows or any of their Xbox games on there for free.
Right.
Sure. But I think that they would definitely do better in sales and getting the PC market behind them.
Yeah, Halo Storm, Windows 10 Store doesn't need work. It just needs to die.
It's just, gone. Please.
The only way that I mean your whole needs work thing, it would completely need to be shut down, rebuilt, and actually just call Gabe Newell, say, come over here and please help us build a store that works.
I mean, the thing is, like, Valve is starting to make games again, and recently they did buy Campo Santo Games, so they're willing.
I won't buy it. I might buy that game now that it's Campo. It's now that it's not Campo Santo, but I refuse to spend any money with Campo Santo after what they did to PewDiePie.
PewDiePie, that was absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, I played Firewatch. Like, my friend gifted me Firewatch, I think, last Christmas, so the Christmas that just passed, and yeah, I played it, and the game's really fun. Don't get me wrong. Right, but I don't know, like, it's either I'm going to buy the game off of G2 and not support the developers, or I'm going to wait, like, until it goes on a sale where they make, like, no money, right?
It's not just a store, Halo Storm. It is a fiery pit.
Let's put it this way, whenever I played on PC,
right,
I still had my console, like, in the very beginning I didn't have consoles, but in the very, like, towards the end, when I switched back to the PS4 for Uncharted 4,
right,
I bought an Xbox One just so that way I could actually play Xbox games, because I refused to go to that store, because every time I went to that store, like, your game is fucking gone.
Yeah, like, absolute bullshit. Where'd my money go?
And you don't even know, like, you can't even figure out, like when it's downloading.
Right.
No fucking notification that it's downloading. You don't know where the fuck it is or anything.
It's like, just put it on Steam and
or just
put it on Origin for all I care. I'd rather buy it for.
No.
What's sad though is
I like Origin. I don't mind it.
What is sad is that
it's not as bad as
they
it was.
actually have.
Yeah, exactly.
They have their previous
I still have problems.
The thing with Origin though is, well, Origin Access is a really good. Like, don't get me wrong, they make shitty games. But for $30 a year, you get all those shitty games. Yeah, boy.
All those shitty games you could want.
Like, some of them are not bad. Like, I picked.
You get all the Battlefields. You get all the Crises, all the Mirror's Edges, all the Mass Effects, all the Dragon Age. Yeah.
I already own all the ones that I want, and I still have problems getting them to.
That's what ends up becoming
run.
the bad part about those services, that I end up always owning every game that's on the service. So I'm like, make a shit to me. But
now they have all the Batman games too, the Arkham games, except for
those are actually going to be good for a good thing to come on there.
And they also
Titanfall 2 on there.
Fury Road. Yeah, they also had Mad Max Fury Road in there.
Well, Shadow says that it's not as bad as games for Windows Live, but I would say it's a pretty damn toss-up.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, they fuck you over more with games for Windows Live, but at the same time, both of them are steaming pile of shit.
The fact that of the amount of time it took me to get Fallout 3 working on Windows 10, the fact that I went through all of that and the game had such crappy mod support, I wanted to kill myself. Like, I went through an hour trying to make that game work, then I went through another, like, 2 hours trying to install a bunch of mods, right? And it just didn't work. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, with like Halo Storm, like you want to say that game, like Windows. I mean, well, Microsoft had a basis of what will work and what won't work by looking back at their notes on games for Windows Live.
Right.
Then they actually had very good workable services to be, to look at with Uplay, Steam, Origin, and GOG.
Right.
But for some reason, they just decided, you know what? Fuck all those those successful stores on PC. We know how to do this.
Hold my beer. Yeah. I got this.
Yeah, it's like everybody used to say, like, there's no way that they could make somebody can make something worse than what Uplay is, and
by God, they
Microsoft
did it.
Said, you know what? We can do this. We got this. Challenge accepted.
Like, here's the thing. I get it. It's like a meme, but like, I'm really afraid that E3, even AAA titles, are just gonna throw Battle Royale in the side, because you already know Black Ops 4 is gonna do that shit. You already know
Battlefield's gonna do it.
Battlefield, yeah.
Like, Battlefield, like, that's 2 games. Oh, well, bye.
I have a big.
You like that single-player story? Fuck you. I don't care.
I have a big feeling that majority of the third-party AAA games that are like any kind of shooter-based you're gonna definitely see Battle Royale mode in almost every one of them.
Hopefully, this kills off the Battle Royale,
It can.
It can.
It can, yeah, because it's going to be overloaded.
Yeah.
Watered down. And
yeah,
you're gonna
it's the
see
same thing that happens with all the, it happened with zombies, it happened with World War II. It'll happen. If Call of Duty makes theirs enough, it can really affect the Fortnite sales because Call of Duty sells so damn well.
So here's the thing, like, I get it. Fortnite's doing really well for what it is. Yeah.
Fuck, Fortnite's making bank, man.
Bank, dude, like
$2.2 million a day on the mobile market alone.
Holy hell! Like, they're making bank, right?
Yeah.
And
they made this in fucking 2 months,
dude. Like, and I love how. Oh God, I love how when you talk about Save the World, the actual game, right?
Nobody talks about that.
Nobody knows what it is, right? Oh, sorry, Tristan.
What's funny, though, is that Save the World is still in early access.
And it's going, like, a lot of people don't even know this, but it's going free.
Yeah, like, but what's funny is that people get confused and say that the Fortnite Battle Royale is in early access, and I'm like, no, that's actually a final game separate from the Save the World thing now. They've actually made that a final game, and they did that within 2 months.
Right, like the fact that they did
it's very impressive of what they've done.
Right,
and they took the world by fucking storm.
I'll give them props, but like, I don't feel the need to hear about it every 3 seconds. Like,
no, luckily,
the fact that I went on YouTube the day that the Thanos update came out, and that's all I saw. Even though I don't watch Fortnite YouTubers whatsoever.
Oh yeah, it was all over the fucking YouTube.
Mad. I was like, first of all, YouTube, fix your shit. I don't watch this. I watch tech shit. You're giving me Thanos 99 kills, one lobby. I don't give a shit. Like, good for you.
What's funny is that, like, Thanos, like, the whole thing on it, to me, they did it wrong. Like, they shouldn't have been able to keep the upgrade, like, once you got it. It should have been like, you got it, you snapped your fingers, or you pushed a button, and half the people that were left in the server died.
Yeah, it should have been a fucking Moab, like, from Call of Duty.
Yeah, bam, like, it was done. And then you go back to your normal self, and then you because you never know if you're going to be the one of the 50%. It's all R&D.
Right.
But then they kept it to where this dude can, like, shoot some fucking laser out of his thing, and it'll shoot right through all your fucking building that you did without no problem at all.
Absolutely
and if they can't get him, all he's got to do is jump in the air and then come with a fist right down at your, like, by your feet, and everything crumbles.
Like, I get it. Thanos is supposed to be overpowered, right? But, like, you're ruining the balance of the game. Like, yeah, at least they didn't make him a microtransaction. People would have got hella pissed if they made him a microtransaction. But, like, I feel like they could have gotten it, like, maybe even a skin, like, or maybe a rip-off sort of skin of, like, they got Marvel and Epic Games, they both made bank in that situation, right? So, like, you could have thought that they would have worked something out, like, hey, can we use some of your characters and stuff like that, like.
Yeah, see, I think if you're gonna allow Thanos mod in there, like they have, then they should have allowed other people to go around looking for like the Captain America, the Thor, the
Right.
So that way, it could possibly end up being the Infinity War with all the different superheroes like battling that one Thanos, and I think that would have been really fucking cool.
That would have been really amazing.
Mind you, I wouldn't have played it. I don't give a shit about fucking Fortnite, but it would have been fun. It would have been more fun to watch if you happen to end up seeing, clips across your Twitter or something like that. They'd be like, okay, well, I want to see what happens with this whenever you have Captain America against Thanos.
Like, the funniest thing about the Fortnite of Thanos update was the fact that you could do all the emotes with them, and it looked retarded.
Oh yeah, but they need to add that. They need to add that to like Avengers 4, so that way, when Thanos kicks everybody's ass, he can like. I just want to. That could leave us with a smile on our face, even Spider-Man.
Like, dude, I don't know. Like, there are a couple games that do interest me that are coming out this year. For example, any of you own a VR headset?
PSVR.
Just Rambo.
PSVR. I don't know if this exists on anything other than PC right now. There's a game called Beat Saber. If you guys.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I'm tempted to pick up a VR
Did you say
headset.
Beat Saber? Like S-A-B?
So, yeah, saber, like lightsaber.
Okay.
So this game's a rhythmic game, right? Like a rhythm style game with lightsabers, right? You hit the notes in whichever direction it shows you in the game, right? And they have really good soundtracks, and the game's only $20. Like, it's absolutely.
Oh, it is coming to PSVR.
Yeah, here I'll try to get a.
Once it gets out of early access, of course. But they are working. They says they're actively working on bringing it over. Of course, I can't put it in early access on PSVR.
Right.
But once it gets out of early access, it'll go to PSVR. It says.
Oh yeah, like dude, the game looks so interesting, and like with the recent release of the Vive Pro, and that means drop of the regular Vive in price. I'm tempted to pick one up, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, the Vive is actually, to me, it was a cross between the Vive and PSVR. But the only reason I went with PSVR is because with Sony backing it, you get more big budget games.
Oh yeah, like.
And the only thing they really had at the time on the PC whenever I went to go buy it was a bunch of indie games, which they were fun. But I mean, you could get tired of playing the indie games.
The lab.
You wanted like
Sunshine every 2 days, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so
like,
I mean,
the VR market's definitely growing, and I like that.
Yeah.
But, like, for example, I tried out Skyrim VR. It's not horrible. It's a really good game.
No, and you can actually. What's good about that on the PSVR is you can actually take it to where you can use the controller support and walk around the whole place like you're actually playing the game like normal.
I feel like the trend, especially for games like Fallout and Skyrim, I feel like they should wait for those VR treadmill things to come out beforehand.
Oh, that would be fucking awesome. They you can buy them. I think they're like $2,000, but I would love to have one in my room.
Sure, I have a job, but I don't make a fortune. I wish.
Yeah, I couldn't afford that either, but I would try to talk my wife into buying me one.
Right.
Like, babe, I could lose weight and
like this is the Wii Fit redefined.
Yeah. Like, I need this. This is good for my health.
Other than the fact that my eyes
can maybe
are
even
like
get my doctor to.
Other than the fact that my eyes are like 2 inches away from a screen. Yeah, it's fine.
I could get my doctor to write a prescription for it.
Yeah. You gotta use this 2 hours a day. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, like, I don't know. There are a lot, like, VR market is definitely growing, and it's becoming more affordable. Like, before, when Oculus first released, when it didn't even have the controllers and stuff, what was it, a bunch of indie games that, wow, you can turn your head around without actually moving your mouse. Good job.
Rick and Morty
Hey, that was pretty exciting, alright.
No, I mean, it was. Don't get me wrong, it was. Like, I remember my friend, he bought an Oculus, because apparently he has a shit ton of money at the age of 13 at the time. Anyway.
Don't tell me. I just don't need to know these things.
I know, right?
What is it?
13-year-old buying a Vive?
It's just no.
I'm pretty sure his parents bought it, but let's see.
We got.
You were playing Flappy Bird VR because that was the thing at the time. Flappy Bird had a VR game.
That would just piss me the fuck off.
Dude, I was like, what is this? Like, I want to kill myself, but I'm in the game now. Like, wow, thanks.
No,
I can.
Flappy Bird pisses me off anyway, but I couldn't imagine it in VR, like where I actually run into the fucking things myself. Like
that would
I'd be.
be.
Well,
yeah,
now
I'd
you
be,
know what hell will be like
be
when you
rage
go there.
inducing.
I still have the original Flappy Bird app.
Nope.
I wouldn't brag
That shit
about
got deleted really fucking quick.
I've
Whenever
never played
like
it.
it made me want to throw my phone every
I
fucking time.
remember when the app first got deleted off the store, like phones that still had the original app were selling for like 600, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? This is an iPhone 4. This doesn't go for 600 just because it has a shitty app on it.
The only
It's
time
not-
I've
I
ever
mean-
played, I only played Flappy Bird whenever I played, what was it, Flappy Goat and Goat Simulator.
Oh yeah, boy, all the rip-offs that came off right after that, dude.
That was the only trophy I needed back on PS4 for that game was Flappy Goat. That pissed me off. Like, you have no idea.
I never really got into completing games on console. I've
I did.
completed a few games on PC, but there's no reward for it. Like,
There
I
isn't.
just do it to do it.
Nowadays you get paid for it.
It's like 10 cents per
$10
$10 for 10 trophies, something like that? I don't know. Or $1 per 10 I don't remember.
$1 per 10 platinums.
That that gay shit, Lamau.
So-
I'll just make $1 by streaming for an hour. That's easier.
So wait, Rambo, it is that, right? It is $1 for 10 platinums, right?
Huh?
The PS4 thing, don't you get paid like $1
Oh,
for each?
$10.
Oh, $10 for each
Yeah.
10 platinums.
Yep.
By the way, we're like
In the
right
zone.
on the
Oh,
verge.
yeah, right at the bridge. Alright. It's fine.
Yeah, I think I've got like $180 built up on there. I'm gonna try to go back into my platinum run where I can get enough to have like $399, and I'm gonna buy a PS4 Pro and just keep it sealed.
Craziness.
But why?
No.
But why?
You've already got like what, 5 of them?
We're not talking about what I've got. It's what I don't have.
You
have
don't
one
have
that I
all
don't
the PS4 Pros in the world, and that needs to change.
I see,
I
Rambo.
still need a PS4. Like,
Rambo, so whenever I talk about me getting guitars, oh, that's just a stupid hobby. And
Well,
yeah,
that is a
because,
stupid
if you were
hobby.
talking about, if you were actually talking about getting PS4s, then I think we'd be all on board.
uh-huh.
it's
We
a
even
gaming
started
channel.
GoFundMe
What
for
the
you.
hell do you expect?
Can you just start
Wait,
a GoFundMe
wait,
and
wait!
then
I want a
buy the
PS4. Let's do that. Come on, Rambo. Let's go.
Hey, you know what, Rambo? You talk about the joy of these PS4 exclusives, but you're not really one to let other people have that experience. You're hoarding all these
I'm not
PS4s.
stopping you.
You're buying them all up, dude.
Yeah.
There's still
This is like
plenty
the
left
Switch
in
when
the
it first
stores.
they were sold out everywhere, man.
It's
You know
all
how hard
Rambo's
it was to
fault.
get a hold of that? Jesus Christ.
Oh, why did I spot that? I didn't mean to. Whoops.
I don't know, that guy's like 1,000 meters away.
Yeah, fuck that.
I think all these things are him. Surprise, surprise. There's another guy.
Did they just get nuked?
No, they did not.
Oh, I heard a giant explosion, so.
Yeah.
There's nukes.
Oh yeah, in Darwin Project, yeah. They give it like regions. Okay, so the map is broken into 7 different regions, and if there's a director, basically someone in the game who can play God, basically, he can choose at certain times to nuke regions. Basically, think of it like, you know how the storm is in like PUBG or
Yeah, I
Fortnite?
get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the nuke is different. They can also close off a zone, which in this game, your survival thing is cold meter, but it's constantly going down. But if you're in a zone that's closed off, it's going to go down rapidly.
Oh yeah, like literally any other game. Why, Cry? Oh.
I mean, Fortnite, I've been it, or not Fortnite, PUBG, I was like in a zone for a good 5 minutes because I had, what is it? I had like energy drinks and stuff. That's an easy way to survive.
Ew.
Energy
Fortnite,
drinks.
though.
What are those?
Ew, Fortnite though.
Red Bull. I meant PUBG, not Fortnite.
That's what I thought. Bitch.
I can't.
Better not come in here. You
Like,
just-
Not like
Here,
PUBG is a
better not
better
come in.
game.
I'm not saying it's a better game. I'm just saying for me, it's more enjoyable. I can make money off of it by just playing it.
Well, no, PUBG is the better game. First off, that's
No, it really
wrong.
is not.
It really
You're
isn't.
wrong. It really is or isn't.
Is not.
I mean, now
what's
I'm not
your
saying
reason, like, for Fortnite?
I'm not saying that it's a. I'm not saying that either one of them is a game you must play, but definitely, there's no doubt that Fortnite is the better game.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! I'm about to die. About to die. About to die.
I
About to
mean,
die.
my only the only thing that Trism, are you fucking dead? Oh.
Almost.
The only thing that I find better about it is
Great
that it
fire.
actually runs. Like, that's about it.
That's a big part.
I mean,
It's
well,
a huge
I
part.
don't have the best PC in the world, and I have no issues running it. So I have no
Fortnite?
issues with PUBG. So I don't know what people with
I-
like 1070s and 1080s are going on about, being like, I can't run the game.
I can run PUBG fairly
I'm
okay.
It's
running
not that
it
they
fine
can't
with the
run it. They
1060.
can't run it at 60 frames.
No, I can. I'm getting like 80 FPS on the ultra settings, dude. Like, it's either people are talking about post 1.0 or pre 1.0, sorry, or they've like never played the game, or like they've done really something like retarded, or like tried to put it at 4K. Like, I'm playing it at 1080p's, above 60 FPS easily, right? Out of ultra settings. Like, yeah.
I don't know.
I play on low
I
settings.
played it like a week ago, and it was fine.
Like for me, I have a 950 and I can play the game at low 1080p and get a decent frame rate. Sometimes it stays at 60, it may drop sometimes, but it's playable.
I'm just saying, when you're playing Fortnite, it's a solid 60.
Depends. Like,
Depends.
it
What's
could
going on.
be off and on over there as well. I don't really care about the performance. Like, my PC's fine.
That's like the most
Games.
important thing with the performance when it comes to shooters.
I mean, yeah, but like, maybe yeah, I get it for like Trism's case and stuff, but I have no
That's
issue with running any of the games.
I
Right.
can run Fortnite fairly well. I don't have a problem with
Well,
running
Tristan
it.
would have a better computer if he didn't buy all them fucking guitars.
I know, right?
Oh,
That,
Two of
right,
those-
right, Trism? You know that 1060 that I was selling you for a really good price? Fuck you, Trism. I'm kidding.
no, it was over a long period of time.
No. You bought like $5 million worth of games in the last 2 weeks. Shut up.
No, first off, little bitch. All right, second off,
Mm-hmm.
look, just because I got guitars don't mean shit. Right?
Yeah.
It actually does. It means you're
Real men have one hobby.
Huh?
Real men have one hobby.
Oh shit, you got me there. Damn.
And
Fucking.
it's always gaming. Gaming comes before any other hobby.
That's where you're wrong, kiddo.
I mean, it's made me money. I don't care. It works.
Okay, why is Microsoft going around saying they're going to be making a quadruple A game?
What the fuck's up?
There's no
What
such
is
thing as a
this?
quadruple A game.
The fuck is this 2 + 2 = 5 bullshit that they're spewing out of their mouths?
I don't know, and people are running with it going, it depends on the budget. I'm like, no, it don't. It's a triple A game. No matter what the budget is, as long as it goes over a certain dollar amount, it's a triple A game. There's no such thing as a fucking
Is that what
quadruple A.
defines a AAA from
Sadly, now, yes.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's
I
gone down
thought
to
it was
just
who
that.
created the fucking game, like what company created it and stuff. Apparently not.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, the only that are going to create that type of budget are the bigger companies anyway. So, I mean,
Right.
Like, I mean,
It
what
just-
would. I would consider games like the most I would consider a quadruple A game is a game that's meant to last a long time. Like,
Trism, do you remember this conversation that we had with that PlayStation Manifesto guy?
oh yeah.
Dude, that.
Okay,
was-
basically, okay. Long story short, he was a part of the PlayStation Legion. I nicknamed him to the PlayStation Manifesto just as a joke. But we had a giant conversation about what makes like AAA and AA and first party, second party, blah blah blah. But basically, the closest I would see to actually being quadruple A is something like maybe like GTA or Skyrim, where they they take up a lot of time in the market, like a lot. AAA games are big budget games that have somewhat of a smaller, like relatively, timeline. Like, of course, Call of Duty, Battlefield, they're meant to last a couple of years, if that, and then you move on. But then you have games like
Call of Duty lasts a couple. Lamau.
Some of them do.
Did you really just say Lamau?
I did. I need
Oh my
to kill
God.
them.
Fuck is Lamau?
Fucking kids.
Oh dear God, that's like laughing my ass off.
Fucking kids.
Oh, fuck.
It's because we talk differently when we're around our friend.
I'm an utmost meme when I'm not speaking to normal human beings, but yeah.
No, but
Normal human beings.
Yeah.
What are those?
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Oh, yeah.
no, and I'm the same way. Like, I'm not even gonna lie.
Like me and Trism, the way that we talk with our other group of friends is completely different from how we're talking.
Oh,
right
absolutely. Like, if you think that was bad, if you think that little slip of Lamau was bad,
now. Oh boy,
Jesus.
you've never seen any of my streams.
Fucking kids.
I'm surprised I'm not banned.
Yeah, I was like,
Fucking old people. God, ruining everything. Ruining the fun.
You fuckers are
welcome.
turning me into the old man and saying, "Get off my lawn."
wait, am I older than you? I keep
How old
forgetting.
are you?
I think I'm older than.
Well, how old are you? No
It's
offense.
What's your birth year?
How old are you, gangster? What's your birth year?
31.
Okay, you're older.
I thought so.
Not by much, though. Not by much.
29.
I'm not gonna say anything. But my birthday's soon, I'll say that.
So I'm assuming that red area I don't go into, right? Like that leads to a bad place, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I guess so.
Did you leave?
No, my internet fucking died for a sec.
Oh, okay.
Rude.
No, I mean in the game.
Oh, yeah, my internet died. So I just went forward.
God damn it.
Yeah, I was very confused for a second there. I was like, what red? What?
No, there's literally a red area that I don't know if that's the edge of like where I'm supposed to be or oh shit.
I'll probably be hopping off soon, but I'll stick around for like maybe another 15 minutes or so.
What do you
Yeah,
got?
sorry. I'm watching a cute boy stream, so.
I'm not streaming.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
Oh, hell yeah. I
Damn.
passed 1,000 total views on Twitch today. Good shit. And I got to subscribe. Hell yeah.
Look at you, fucking plugging in your Twitch in the middle of a fucking live stream.
Twitch.tv/cryogenic, dude.
Slick.
Fucking kids.
Yeah, I was like, wait
Subtle.
a second.
That was
Isn't
smooth.
that technically against the rules?
Subtle. Very subtle, right?
Very subtle.
Actually, I think it is against the rules. Now I'm curious. I fucking wrote them. I should remember.
Rules.
Oh, God,
like
they're
anybody
so
cares about
long.
rules here.
Like, I think we threw the rules away.
No, they're still there. They're in the
Well,
rules room. It's just that it's not needed anymore because we cleared out all the fucking
we threw them out the
trash.
window.
Trism, I was going to bring
Yeah.
up a Muttley reference, but I don't think anybody in here would have got that.
No one would get it.
Yep.
Literally, no one was a part of that server.
Good. Good.
Is that a motherfucking JoJo reference?
No, it's not. It's not an anime reference. I mean, unless I don't know if you're referring to anime. Oh shit! All right, I died. All right, GG.
Figures.
Surprise of no
Yep.
one.
No, I didn't know where it was going.
No, it's coming.
See, I thought you were gonna say, is that a wacky racist reference, my guy? Because that's the first thing that comes to my mind when I think Muttley. It's the dog from Wacky Races.
No, he was just a really shitty admin for a Discord server. That's all you need to know.
Like literally, that's the.
There
crux
are
of
many
it.
people who would think I was a very shitty admin, and you know what? To some people, I was. but that was on purpose.
By the way, you should invite me again, Craig, to your game.
I'm not even in the fucking game. I Alt F4.
God damn it.
What do you not understand about it? I'm getting off in like 15 minutes.
The I'm getting off in 15 minutes part.
You're actually retarded.
No, it's just wishful thinking.
Trism, I knew you were like blind, but I didn't know you were fucking deaf as well.
Alright, that's it. I'm banning you from the server.
I thought the
Shit.
Game Talk show was the streaming and chill server. I don't know why I thought that.
Oh no, that's I mean that is another server. That's different. Are you in there?
Yeah, I'm still in there.
Oh.
I got a couple messages from people in there today.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I'm trying to sell my hardware and stuff.
Was that you
like-
with the 1060?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh.
I've thought about buying it from him, but I don't know. Like,
But he's poor, so he can't.
Yeah, I'm poor.
If you got money for a $500 guitar, you got money for a 1060.
No, okay, no. First off.
What?
No,
Let's-
there's no excuse
Let's hear
for that.
this.
No. It was $500 for the guitar, amp, and accessories.
I don't give a shit. I don't care if it came with a house.
$250. I was giving you for $350 a CPU, motherboard, and GPU. What's your
Look,
point?
Right, I'm poor. I got money.
No.
I'm poor as he's contemplating dropping $500. Like,
Contemplating, I did.
This boy.
It was $500 for. It was $250 for the guitar, another $80 for the amp. What else was there?
And that's the 1060
blah,
right there.
blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
I mean, yeah, you're right, but like guitar. So
You could have been a true PC Master Racer.
I think a true PC Master Racer wouldn't bitch about other people's specs, but that's just me.
Damn, you got a point there.
Oh, I thought you were saying that because.
No, I'm kidding, Trism. You're a little bitch. You didn't buy my shit.
Base.
No, but I've got like a couple offers, so I'm not too worried.
Oh, I would expect on that GPU.
What else is going on? Is there anything news related?
Had a couple
any-
things. Let's see.
Couple things. What couple things?
The
We're all ready
University
for Metro
University of Warwick
Exodus.
suspended 11 students over rape jokes.
What?
Yeah. Oh, let's see.
Do we ever get tired of like people not being able to joke?
I guess not.
I get tired of people just,
98 screenshots have been submitted as evidence. Oh, tell me you never thought that was going to be a line in an article that a university would use screenshots as evidence. Oh, what is this world coming to?
Study finds that hearing an opposite viewpoint causes no real harm. I'm looking at memes. I'm looking at memes and streaming and chill. She's a fucking scientist.
Oh man! And then there was did you guys hear about the dude in Scotland who got
Which one?
he got arrested
Fine.
and it put in jail, and he's going to be sentenced because he had a potato peeler in public.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that, dude. I was laughing.
Remember when it was a joke and it was like then they were going to be banning knives and after that it'll be potato peelers, and now they really are going to be banning potato peelers.
So me and my friend we were over analyzing some stuff not too long ago, and we found that the developers from Metro, I don't remember who it is, I can't think right now, but they hid the release date within the trailer. And here, I can't post images in that one. I'll put it in shitpost SFW.
Like, hey.
They hid that in the trailer when they were scrolling through all the numbers and letters at the end. It's supposed to make out August 8th.
Well, that's a ways away. They need to hurry their shit up.
Yeah.
I want to play this game, damn it. It's like that. I think that's the game I'm looking forward to the most this year.
Have you played any of the older Metro
Fucking,
games?
of course I have.
No. But you gotta play them like this. Hardest difficulty, no HUD. Have you played them like that though? That's a real question.
I've done everything except for Ranger mode.
Ranger mode, that's a no HUD, dude. You gotta do it. I played both of the games. Hardest difficulty, no HUD.
I didn't like.
Experience.
If they had redone them, because they fucked it up when they redid them in the new engine. They changed a bunch of stuff where, like, instead of having to scavenge the bodies and hit E a whole bunch of times to get each individual thing, you just hit once for all of it and stuff like that. I didn't like how they did that, so when I played the remasters, I just played through them once each. If they had done them on the more with how the original worked, I probably would have.
Oh, okay. Well,
lost
Trism.
Lost Trism.
Rest in peace. His internet probably. I don't know. Oh, he's an audio. Okay, probably misclicked. I don't know. He was just messaging me. There he is.
Oh.
I accidentally joined the chat when scrolling.
See, I told you he's dumb.
My bad. I was scrolling through a Discord.
No. You're just dumb.
I was looking at memes. My bad.
Oh, relatable.
Very relatable.
The way we've looked at it here on this channel is that pretty much anybody under the age of 25, we don't really think we don't really hold them to the same standards as normal glowing people.
Yeah.
I see how it is. All right.
So the rule is anyone not old enough to drink is 12.
I mean,
but you don't really become a person until
well,
you're
that depends on what.
I'll be able to drink soon
legally.
because I live in Canada.
No, by American standards. Because I don't care where you live. It's about where I live.
You fucking snow Mexicans and your weird, crazy rules. We don't give a fuck.
Oh, damn. I would just kill myself because I have a fucking substitute drama teacher as my prime minister. But yeah,
yeah, we're waiting. We're just waiting for you to go.
Again, I'm telling you, I'm controlling myself here. I don't usually act civil. Especially considering I'm hanging around a completely different group of friends.
Now, come on now,
controlling yourself?
Controlling myself. Like, this is, like, hard. No, I'm kidding.
You know that, you're a Canadian, so that, you can't get mad.
Oh, no, you can get mad.
I can get mad.
You would apologize to us for us making you mad.
You've ever seen me play Overwatch for more than 20 minutes?
No.
Like...
Yeah, but then after you get mad, you go back to the match and go, I'm so sorry for that.
Oh, you thought. But, shit, that's not how it works for me.
The the Canadians are so fucking way too fucking nice.
I know. I mean, Bill C-16 really pisses me off. That's about it. If you don't use the right pronouns, well, you could be fined. Yeah, boy, that makes sense. Fuck you. I'll call you a it, and you take it or you leave it. I don't care.
Man, savage over here.
Bro, that's not very Canadian.
That's hardcore, bruh.
Yeah. And then be like,
you thug life now.
I'm sorry, eh? I'm sorry, eh? What did you want to go by, eh?
Fucking
Twitter
Canada.
I can't.
I never get off Twitter.
I can't do the whole pronoun thing.
Nope.
You're either a he or a she, and that's all that you are.
Yep.
You want to go by something else? Tell your family, but don't expect.
Don't expect exactly right.
I mean, the way I see it, I don't understand why people want to go by something different like that. What's the point? Just
control,
it's called a mental illness.
Control. That's what it's all about.
Just to control what other people just inconvenience.
Yeah.
Them?
And you realize you realize that fining people for not using the right pronouns goes directly against the human rights. I don't know who thought approving this bill was a good idea, but.
Well, Canada's got to stay politically correct, eh?
Oh God.
Yeah, Carl, you should know about that.
I love how A is a meme, but no one says it here. I've never heard.
No one's
Hey,
there.
hey, I have heard Jordan Peterson say it on his videos, so there you go. Proof that Canadians actually do say it.
Maybe like one in however many we
No,
have. Like
if Jordan
two?
Peterson says it, that means everybody says it.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Like, why
We're
get to know a whole bunch
remember,
of
hey, no,
people?
wait.
Have one
We are
person
playing
talking to
identity politics, so he's a Canadian, so therefore that means all Canadians are the same.
Yep.
Legit.
Mm-hmm. There's no debating it, really.
Notice we're not debating. It's just we're agreeing.
Right.
Yeah.
So when does this podcast happen? Like, is there like a schedule for this or what?
Wednesdays and Fridays at, well, I mean, what time is it there for you right now?
It's currently 11 p.m.
Okay, so
So
it'll be at 9 p.m. It'll start at 9 p.m. your time on Wednesdays and Fridays.
It is 1 a.m. here.
It's because the left
Does
coast is the
Brad
best
get
coast.
on anymore?
He doesn't get on until like 2 in the morning.
He gets on only to add everyone in streaming and chill and say sup whores and then leave.
We've had him on a
So
couple
Kira,
times,
what-
but only when we've gone for like 6 hours.
What we need is you to start sending us DMs of you in scantily clad clothes, so that way we can use that for our GoFundMe's.
I did just start pole dancing.
See?
What?
Hold on.
I'm sorry. Hold on. What?
What a
If you
coincidence!
send it, yeah,
Let's
if you
hit
send
that
it, send us some
rewind.
pictures and we'll start the GoFundMe.
Jesus Christ.
No, we need a GoFundMe so I can get a PS4.
I know, but that will help.
Do you do live streams by any chance?
I
Anyway,
haven't streamed in months, and it's all
anyway,
games. No
I'll
one
be-
sees my face.
I'll be getting off soon. Or I'll be
I
getting
don't
off
need to
now,
know that,
Is that a
child.
promise?
Oh, damn. I'm sorry, it's my bedtime. So I have to
I'll
go.
say it is your bedtime. Yeah, I was wondering.
Alright, see you guys.
See you, man.
Hold on, wait.
Bye,
Oh,
kiddo.
damn, I was gonna send him another fucking weird.
Fucking
shit
kids
meme.
these days.
No.
Aiden, I bet y'all
Damn,
do
Blue.
say, hey,
How long was your work? An hour?
why did you even go to work?
Wait,
Swear to God, we've
what?
only two. What the?
We've only been going for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ, man. I want that
So
work
gay.
schedule,
Me too.
right?
I don't even work, but I mean, if I ever do work, I want to go to that job.
I mean, how much do you get paid if that's how much you work?
Well, hey, shut up. Now we're not talking about all that.
Say.
That can be
Man,
negotiated.
I'm looking for another job.
See, if I could ever go back in time, I mean, people always talk about going back in time and killing Hitler, but I would go back in time and kill the person that made the rule that decided to come up with the theory that if you work, that's how you get paid. I would kill that guy.
Yeah, that's a stupid concept. This is why we need communism.
Yeah.
Ugh.
If we ever, I mean, I say if we ever do get socialism here, that I definitely want to have, my first paycheck from other people needs to be like Marvel's Wednesday opening.
Agreed.
Screw spreading it around. Send it all to me. It's okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, I
promise I'll
they can
spend
get
it
Thursday,
wisely.
Friday, and Saturday to somebody else, but I'll just take Wednesday.
Yeah, I think you're right, Cyrus. He's got one of those special jobs.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a
he-
special job.
He's delivering maple syrup.
Syrup.
He
Syrup.
has a. Okay, look. Okay, I don't say it correctly because I don't like the way it sounds. So
Syrup.
I say syrup.
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 No, it's syrup.
Syrup. What's syrup?
Blue,
Sure.
do people ask you how much is a ZJ in your line of work? Is that what happens? Because I don't know anywhere else where you just go to work for an hour and come back.
I mean,
Was the corner not too populated?
Right? Slow night,
He's like, fuck it, I'll take a break.
3 dudes and they were all willing to go at the same time, and it's just like, well, all right, I'm done for the night.
Got all three
Convenient.
got all three in one night or 1 hour.
He could have been doing his own live stream.
Ooh. I wouldn't have watched that one, though.
I was going to say, like, that was a very excited, ooh, is there something you need to tell me right now?
No. That would have been a Metrox. He'd have been like, coming on here telling us about it.
Oh, man, Metrox. I haven't talked to him forever either. I
You're
need to,
not
like,
missing
come
it.
back and exist.
Come back and exist.
Well, it's true. I, like, pop in once every 3 months at this point.
The creative director
You went
for...
from here to...
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say she went from here all the time to piss people off every day to like, gone once all the people left.
Well, you know, if I didn't have much to talk about when I had nobody to yell at for being a dumbass.
Oh, this
Like,
is
that's
true.
pretty
This
much
is true.
my like
could
my
always
only
yell at
form of
Metro.
communication. Metro's not here.
Yeah.
You used the wrong "your" blue. You are mom. Cyrus, your mom? Cyrus?
That's what's really triggering you, not his misspelling of Cyrus.
I don't care. That's not the name. Whatever.
You are Mom Cyrus.
You are mom. Say yes. Say yes.
I'm just wondering when Mother's Day cards are going to start becoming realistic. Like, Mom, you were a bitch most of my life, but thank you.
But thank you.
The abuse I suffered by your hand has made me a stronger man.
Yeah, I mean, like you go there and you read the card, like, your eyes light up like the flowers in the sky. I'm like, what?
It's like,
It's like some love poem to your mom. Like,
very unrealistic.
yeah,
This is not how real people talk to each other.
no, not even close.
Oh, that's why they're greeting cards.
And they're fucking a ripoff, man. Like, $6 for a fucking card that has some cheesy ass poem written on it.
My
Yeah.
mom's actually visiting town because I'm going to be going out of the country and she's house sitting for me. So I just bought her a fuck ton of makeup. And I was like, here you go.
Does that mean your mom's ugly?
No, my mom's a model. She's a pinup model. You know
Well,
this.
usually, women that wear makeup are ugly.
That's your own personal opinion.
Mother's Day. I get tired of all these fucking commercialized fucking reasons to spend money.
Well,
Then don't.
Hallmark would
No,
go
I
out of
don't.
business. All those crappy poets would be out of jobs.
Luckily, my wife hates Mother's Day because it's not a good reason, but her dad died on Mother's Day. So it's like a bad reminder. So she just like says, don't give me anything for Mother's Day. I'm like, cool, I can do that. And then, like every year for a while on Valentine's Day, like everything I got her, like something bad happened every fucking Valentine's Day. She's like, I don't want to celebrate Valentine's. I'm like, cool, got it. Now I'm just like trying to figure out like she'll quit celebrating her birthday, and then
Oh, no.
See, I can't relate because I'm going to funny
Because
enough.
you're 12.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Because you don't have a girlfriend.
Huh? No.
I have kids older than you.
I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised.
He's not lying.
Yeah, I'm not lying.
I don't think you were. Man, everybody's just hating on me today.
That's because I'm here. Welcome.
I think it's because Kiwi was
Oh
here.
man,
This is her job.
my teenage life is so hard. Everybody just hates me.
No,
Well,
it's
yeah,
sweet.
you
It's
spend
okay.
shitloads of
I'm
money
gonna
on
go-
guitars.
I'm gonna go rant on Tumblr about how life is hard.
All right, you enjoy yourself,
Okay.
Snowflake.
Well, that
Okay.
would be what
Oh.
most millennials do.
Yo, no, you're not
You
wrong.
realize he's not a millennial.
oh, it's
He's a
true.
generation after us.
I was
you
gonna
and I
say,
are millennial.
fuck. Well, no,
But
all
you're
right, all right.
insulting us.
No, wait a second, because I've heard that being a millennial starts in like 83, 85, 86, whatever, and then I've also heard that being a millennial doesn't start until like 90 or 95. So which is it?
I
Okay.
don't really know.
That's the thing. Like, there's never any clear-cut lines.
There's no precise dates for when this cohort starts or ends. Demographics and researchers typically use the early 1980s and as starting birth years and the mid 90s to early 2000s as ending birth years. So most of the time, though, it's like all
okay,
of the
according to that, I would be a millennial then. Which, that doesn't make any sense, though, because I didn't grow up in the thousands.
Yeah.
Like, wasn't that the whole thing, was that you were born in the 90s and then you grew up, you were 8, 9, 10 years old when the 2000s came.
I thought the point was that you were, like, born in, like, the 2000s and you grew up, hence the name millennial. Like, millennium.
Well, yeah, because it says millennials. In October 2004, researchers Neil Howe and William Strauss called millennials the next generation, which is funny. They defined the group as those born in 1982 and approximately the 20 years thereafter. That's a long fucking time.
That's most generations.
Yeah,
like that.
20. Yeah, 20 years a generation. Yeah.
So 1982 basically to 2002.
Yeah.
Oh, so I guess I am a millennial by that definition. Ha ha ha.
Oh shit.
You're what's wrong with America.
All of us are. Well,
no,
not me.
That's Generation Z.
I don't even know what the
people after millennials. I think it might be Generation Z. Basically, the kids.
It is Generation Z.
That's true, Cyrus.
What year were you born?
I do not identify as a millennial, and they can suck my left nut about it.
You're right. You're right. Age is just a social construct.
Oh my god.
You know what? I am.
You have no idea how tempted I am to use my power to just drop you down to supporters real quick.
I'm Generation.
You need a timeout.
I'm Generation X, and then we have
Generation Z.
Wait, I'm actually a Zennial too. Generation X and a Zennial.
Yeah, you're right in between, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And then Generation Y is the millennial.
Yeah.
And then Gen or Gen Z is the fuckers today.
Stupid fucks. I'm sorry, was that not very nice? I'm sorry, but it's true.
No, it's true. Like, they're fucking dumbasses. Oh, and Gen Alpha is 2013 to 2025, but I honestly believe those people are going to even be dumber. Because they're being raised by Gen Z people.
Well, that's how it works. That's usually how it works is, the generations go by, the stupider people get. I mean, it's just, I've seen...
Oh, God, Idiocracy.
Basically. Like, legitimately.
Have you even seen that movie?
Yeah.
As well as
Demolition Man. Trism.
Oh, okay. As well as Demolition Man, as if that's like some sort of fucking badge. Like, yeah, I'm old, I watched the classics.
What is that? You want to bring up these pop culture references as if there's some fucking, like...
No, okay. That is something I've been thinking about this, though, right? Because I can understand the cultural references that my grandfather makes.
Yeah.
But, dude, like, there are kids that aren't even a few years younger than us that they don't even, like, they don't know why we say roll up a window. Because they've never even been in a car that doesn't have automatic windows.
My fucking truck, you still have to roll up the goddamn windows.
I've ridden in car. In fact, my mom had an old Ford Escort that we drove around, and that had.
But like, kids exist that have never been in one. They don't know what they don't know what a save icon is because they've never seen a floppy disk. Dude, just think about that though. That's.
Oh, I still have those, and I mean like the 5-inch fucking floppy disks, not the little 3-inch one. I had a computer that ran off the 5-inchers that were actually fucking floppy.
I mean,
so many jokes I could make with that string of words,
are you
but no,
I'm disappointed that you didn't take.
There was too many, There was 5-inch floppy, and there was big and small. Like, there was too many things coming at me. I couldn't.
That's what she said. Just too much floppy coming your direction. I'm sorry. I'll work on making it hurt.
That is what she said.
Yeah, I did. Did you miss it? Do you want me to repeat it? No? Alright, we're good. We can move on now.
America, what the fuck? I don't know what Blue Psycho's going on about.
Oh, there's no telling with him.
Is that from a movie?
What?
I don't know, whatever Blue Psycho's typing. Liberty Prime is online and a whole bunch of other shit.
Weapons.
You're gonna make me go and look?
Yes, I am.
Oh my god, so much work. Alright.
There's a lot of shit there.
There is. Jesus Christ.
I have not played Fallout 4.
I have played Fallout 4, but I don't remember most of those.
Oh yeah, I don't
Well,
know
Blue, it seems like that there's always like a crossover generation in between it, the 20 years, like not really in between it, but like towards the end of the previous one, because they don't last a perfect 20 years. Like you have,
yeah, there's always a mix in the middle.
Yeah, you have like Generation X, which was from 1965 to 1979, but then you also have Zennials, which was from 1975 to 1985. So I mean, it was like it's like a small little window of like a 10-year generation there.
No, there's like a mix between them, and I find it amusing that like you've now gone and researched this.
Or you could just like, I mean, I feel like it's kind of really hard to categorize things like that into neat little boxes. Not saying it can't be done.
It's not that hard. Like when I was 19, I dated someone who was like 27, and even that difference was like you could feel the generation gap slightly.
I mean, I've spoken to people who are maybe 3 years younger than me, and I can tell that there's a huge difference.
Well, yeah, it's a bigger difference when you're younger. It's sort of like that half your age plus 7 it's there for a reason.
Yeah. I mean, it's considering, like, okay, a lot of the kids, I know kids that are way younger than me, and they are walking around with modern technology like iPhone X's and some other stupid bullshit today.
I didn't even get a cell phone until I was in.
I think I didn't get. I got like a little flip phone when I was 9. That was about it.
Yeah, you had a phone. I didn't have one until I was a senior. And you know, it was one of those like Nokia phones that like you could open it up, and then it had the keyboard on both sides. And I was like, hell yeah, I could type so fast. I don't need to hit like every single like 9. I don't even remember what it is now, but let's see. I think 3 was a D, and you had to no.
Oh, was it
T9? Where
yeah,
A B C D E F. Yeah,
I had that. Yeah.
I had one of those. Yeah, I had one of the Nokia stick phones.
I had a piece of shit flip phone.
And then I bought the smaller Nokia little brick on eBay for Jesus, $40.
I have a friend who still uses one.
I've got it somewhere. I think it still turns on.
Oh.
I had like the first Game Boy for like 8 years after that. It still ran on the same damn batteries as from when I first got it. I swear I had like magical batteries in that damn thing. It was amazing.
Magical batteries.
I never had a Game Boy. The only handheld I think I ever had was it was a Nintendo DS, just because my parents never got me a handheld.
I had a color. Game Boy Color, and then a Game Boy Advance, and then a PSP.
Bro, I had an SNES though. That's all I needed.
I really want to
Fucking kids. Well, the only reason I got that phone was because my mom got a new phone, and my dad already had one for work. And so she had the phone just sitting around, and I think it was only an extra because it was singular and it was still minutes and shit, but you could add a line for like $5 or something like that. So she added the $5 line and then gave me that, and I think I had just started high school or something, so it was about the right time, you know, where I might need to call her to get a ride from somewhere or something like that.
You telling me it was only $5?
Well, it was something like 5 or 10 or so. It was because it was no minutes. You know, you had to.
Shit was cheap, man.
You had to share the minutes between everybody.
Yeah.
And so the lines didn't cost that much, but the minutes cost a lot. And that's the thing, I didn't talk a lot on it or anything, so it's not like, you know, I didn't ring, although I did once I got a girlfriend.
So like when you were 18.
Dastardly.
Damn. Throwing shade there, Rambo.
I was like, what do you mean 18? 23 is more what I was thinking.
Jesus.
Oh, damn.
Y'all are haters.
Too nice.
I think I was... How old are you when you're in 6th grade?
Fucking
12.
I don't know.
12, 13.
Remember.
Yeah,
That's
12,
so long
13.
ago.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was either 12 or 13 when I had my first girlfriend.
It was a long fucking time ago for me, like 6th grade. Shit.
Those don't really count.
We had to ride wagons at school.
Junior high relationships.
Uphill in the snow both ways.
Yeah.
25 miles.
Yep.
Ah.
I mean, they were having like donkeys pull the wagons because the horses weren't even around at the time.
We couldn't even afford donkeys. We had to go for mule. No one wants a mule.
Yeah, they only had 3 TV stations.
And we
Yeah,
didn't
back
even
then they only
have
had 5
TV.
grades. You were a senior in 5th grade.
And there was no DVR. If you missed your show, that was it, man.
Oh god, man. The invention of a DVR is the greatest fucking invention ever.
Couldn't skip through commercials neither. You sit through that shit and you watch it.
Yeah, that fucking sucked, man. The kids today still won't understand like what it means to have to get up and like move the rabbit ears around.
Oh man.
Oh god.
Actually, I did.
Putting tinfoil on them and shit, trying to get it to work a little better.
No, actually, I remember when I was younger, every Saturday morning I tried to watch cartoons, and we had an antenna on the TV because my dad said fuck cable. And every like 5 seconds it would get no signal, and I would sit there. Every time someone would walk past, I'd get pissed with them because they would block the signal, or at least I thought they were blocking the signal at the time.
I'm kind of glad about that because my parents didn't they didn't buy cable until I was out of the house, and that was a lot of the shit. I just didn't have just because they were too cheap to get it until I left, and then they were like, "Well, fuck it, we'll just spend the money."
Set the TV to channel.
Well, they don't have to support your ass anymore, so you know they had money there.
Bro, Shadowkin, I remember those days. So I had a big SCRT TV, like one of those square TVs that had RCA cables that you could plug in.
Shit.
Yeah,
RCA.
we all know what those are. I was like, coax cable,
right?
Bitch.
I don't think I had to deal with a coax cable. Even when I had an SNES, I think that was just mostly RCA.
Ugh.
Yeah, we plugged it to the front of the
Had
TV.
to get the adapter.
Which one's the video?
I don't remember. I don't remember if we used an adapter or not. I was like 6. Alright, back up. That was.
And you don't remember? How dare?
That was 10 years ago, right? So long.
10 years ago. Get the fuck out.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, but you didn't have to use channel 3 though, because there was the switch that you could switch it to either 3 or 4.
Oh shit.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, I had that little thing. Yeah. I still put it on 3 because I don't like even numbers.
Well, 4 was for the VCR.
I didn't.
I also had a VCR, and if we ever wanted to record something, we had to record it on like VCR tapes.
Dude, we had 2 so that my parents could rent movies and then copy them.
Yeah, me too. Good old Blockbuster saved us so much fucking money.
Who'd have thunk? My parents were pirates before it was cool.
Oh, I remember the first time that I saw them doing that because I didn't know that they did. I like freaked out because, you know, I was so scared that like the police were going to come because of all the blue screen warnings that there were about not doing that. losing my shit. I was like, oh my god, my parents are gonna go to jail and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I was a strange kid, though.
You wouldn't download a car. Bet your ass I would.
Are you kidding me? If I could 3D print that
right?
shit,
Watch me. Dude, that was, oh, when that meme came out, that was so fucking hilarious. Like, this is not aged well.
Like, are you serious? Like, yeah.
Man, I remember that shit. That was crazy. Fucking, and then, oh man, what were the senators trying to ban CD burners?
Oh my god, fuck off.
Right? God. And you had to want that shit too, because I had one of the cheap ones that could only do 4x. It took like an hour and a half to burn that bitch.
I was lucky in that my dad always had the latest and greatest technology. So, and my dad really had better taste in music than I did when I was younger. So I'd just be like, Dad, make me some music. And then he'd hand me like a fuck ton of CDs and be like, here you go. And I'd be set for like 6 months.
I got his hand-me-downs, which was nice. So when he got the new like 16x burner, I got his old 4x and shit like that. Napster. Fuck.
Dude, my dad, like, just to be an evil dickwad to me, put fucking Windows ME on my goddamn computer.
Ooh.
Nothing worked.
Oh, fuck that. No way.
Like, people think Vista was bad. Let me tell you about Windows ME. Fuck.
I've skipped every other generation of Windows just because of how shitty they're. The only one I didn't was because 95 and 98. I went from 95 to 98, but then I skipped ME, and then I went to, what was the one right after ME was XP, and then I stayed on XP and skipped Vista, and then I had 7, and I skipped 8, and then now I'm on 10, because Windows can't make 2 good Windows in a row. Fucking Microsoft. Jesus. Driver issues and all sorts of shit. Oh my god. Yeah, Cyrus, how'd you do it, man? How did you ever survive black and white video games? Ugh.
Oh my god.
Black and white video games. I do remember those.
Yeah, we never had black and white. We always had a color TV, although it was a shitty little 13-inch something or other. But
we had a TV where it was a projector TV, and one of the colors went out.
Ooh.
I think it was red. So everything was like this weird shade of blue or yellow. So like, I remember playing really violent video games because it was great. Like, my parents wouldn't let me play any video game with blood in it and in front of my siblings unless I had like the color switched to a different color, and so I just play all my games on that TV.
When Final Fantasy VII came out, that was one of the points I had to argue with my mom because she was worried about it being violent. And I'm like, don't worry, Mom, they just disappear into pink. They don't actually bleed or anything. Fuck. Little did she know I was playing Doom and Counter-Strike on my PC. Like, it actually fucking mattered.
Like, it was funny because, like, apparently it mattered for my siblings, but I remember when I was a kid playing Doom when I was too small to sit in the chair and still see the TV, so I had to sit on the desk and use the joystick. And I played, Wolfenstein when it first...
Yep.
You know, yeah. I posted a picture of my 15-month-old, and she basically put my headset on and then grabbed my controller, and I just took a picture of her in the chair, and it was like, I'm teaching her right, I'm raising her, she's raising her right, she's playing Hellblade with this, wonderful story, and I had so many people going, really, Hellblade, really? That's too mature for her, you need to put her on. I'm like, she's 15 months. First of all, she can't even fucking control the character, much less know what the fuck is even going on in that fucking game. Y'all need to chill the fuck out. Y'all act like she's gonna be putting out a in-depth review tomorrow.
It's like the picture with the baby with the beer in his hand, and people are
Oh,
all,
that
you know,
was.
people are
Oh
all
yeah,
giving
I
hate like
remember.
the kid's actually gonna take a swig of it or something.
Yeah. It's so these people, man.
My sunburn needs to be done. Healing.
Anyway, I'm probably gonna hop off for the night. I'm getting tired.
All right, dude.
Well, look at you.
Alright.
You really know it's your bedtime, though.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, it's way past your bedtime.
Yeah.
You stayed up a little late.
It's all right. Get your mom to read you a bedtime story. You'll fall right to bed.
Yeah.
She'll bring in a warm cup of milk. Help you with
Bro,
the.
no. Why is it gonna be a warm cup of milk? Fuck that.
I hear it's relaxing.
I don't give a shit. Bro, if
He just needs his bedtime stories and to be texting.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. No, actually, though, I am getting fucking tired. I've been up since like 4 in the mornings this morning, so.
All right, bye, child.
You really wanted to get to school on time, didn't you?
No. No, I just woke up.
You're like, I can't wait. I gotta get up at 4.
No, well, I have to be there by 6:30.
I think that's just a crime.
That is a fucking
really
crime.
is.
Like, to me, the day should not start until noon.
Right?
Hell yeah. Like, you're not wrong. Like, it gives you a shit ton of time to fucking mentally prepare, and like you're not falling asleep.
I have to mentally prepare for my day.
Bro, like, no, whenever it's like 7 in the goddamn morning, you're falling asleep every 5 seconds trying to stay focused. It's why usually in the middle of the day you're usually wide awake, relatively.
Like, I need a safe space. I feel that people are sleep phobic.
Not what I meant.
I feel the sleep phobia around me. They are making fun of me.
Dude, the worst was PE, like first period. Oh, fuck that
I couldn't
shit.
even do that.
Fuck
I'd be
that.
like, fuck all that, man.
God, that was one
I'd
year.
move my schedule
Never
all the way
again.
around.
Yep.
Like, I wouldn't really care if, the morning could be used for something. Just fuck.
Waking up.
Like, yeah, waking up and sort of, your day is like an arc. You start out rising up, and then noon is where you sort of peak, and then you just fucking fall. And then you go to sleep at the end of the day.
You must really be tired.
I was always sleeping in the beginning of the day.
You have weird hours, though, Rambo.
Well, yeah, but I mean, in school, though, I was just so fucking bored that I just slept.
Right?
Oh, well, during school I had insomnia. It was a miracle if I...
Oh, man. I slept through Spanish. Still got an A. I slept through chemistry. I got a C, but...
Same.
Well, that's because I didn't do any of the homework. But I still got like 110% on the final.
I didn't give a shit about chemistry. I fucking hate it.
Shit was too easy. Fucking high school.
I could probably learn it if I gave a shit.
That is a very healthy attitude that will take you very far in life.
Exactly.
You enjoy that.
That is a very good outlook on life. I don't care for chemistry especially. I just fucking hate it.
I'm weird. I was that kid who loved math and...
Oh, math was cool. I liked math.
Love math. Love math. English.
Geometry is my shit. Trig. Hell yeah.
Trig was my favorite.
Calculus.
Calculus.
Calculus I liked later, but at first it was a little...
See, algebra takes a while for me to finally click to understand it because there's a lot of random symbols and just jumbled bullshit thrown on the paper that just makes me not want to care. But if you throw a triangle at me, it's like, oh fuck yeah, I'll tell you everything about that triangle. But whenever they throw in graphs and shit like that, I don't care. I don't want to do it.
You can graph a triangle.
I can graph a triangle, but I'm talking quadratic formulas and shit, Especially reciprocal or rational graphs and formulas, those could suck a dick.
3D, bro. You can do some cool shit with 3D graphs.
Oh no. Well, 3D graphs we're not dealing with because that shit's advanced, quote unquote. So we're just dealing right now. We just got like past dealing with absolute value fucking graphs. By the way, this is like the last 3 weeks of an Algebra 2 course, and we're just now talking about that and cubic functions.
An Algebra 2 course? What?
Yeah.
How old are you?
17. I was held back.
Okay.
Yeah, he was one of the dumb kids.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me sad.
Well, that and back surgery held me back for quite a bit, but it was mostly because I was dumb and didn't give a shit about the work.
What'd you do to your back?
It was just scoliosis.
I sneezed and herniated a disc for 2 months.
Shit.
Yeah, that was fun. Falling off a motorcycle going 60 miles per hour, got up just fine, but fucking sneezed and couldn't walk for 2 months. Thanks, body.
Damn.
Only 60 on the bike? What the fuck?
I'm not you! Not a complete idiot, okay?
Shit, man. Those signs on the side of the road, if you're not doubling that speed, then you're just a pussy.
I am a fucking pussy.
What if they give you
like literally
like 75 miles an hour on the highway? You gotta double that?
One
fucking A.
Pussy. Yeah, no thanks.
And I ain't gotta wait for traffic. Fuck that.
Yo, if you time it just right, you could drive right between them.
It's even legal in California, which
yeah, I was like,
can't
aren't
fucking
you in
believe
California
it.
too?
Yep, Texas and California are the only two states.
You're telling me that in your country it's illegal to get a gun, but driving down the street.
No, it's not illegal.
It's not illegal.
Oh, I thought it was. Fuck, not illegal. Well, what is it? What is it that they have against guns then? Like, what is it?
Well, it depends on the state. In California, you gotta do a whole bunch of shit.
Oh.
Background checks and waiting periods.
I don't think I can get a concealed carry license in my state, but I can own a gun.
So I was gonna say it's easier to drive down the highway like a maniac than it is to get a firearm.
In two
California.
states. Yeah.
Texas.
Well,
is the
technically in all of them, because they gotta catch you first.
Oh yeah, true.
I mean, isn't that technically true about the guns as well?
True.
True, yeah. Oh, they can't say the same thing about Texas. Texas, pretty much, I mean, you can get a gun easily here.
You're right, Blue Psycho. AR-15 is overrated. G36 is much better.
You're not wrong.
I keep not watching that. He hopped in for like a second and then disappeared. I'm not watching the chat as much as I should be.
I don't even have it open.
Because you're a bitch.
I did have it open, but I don't know why I closed out Google Chrome. I don't even remember closing it out.
Still going with rude.
No.
I like Vivaldi, but it's got errors compared to Chrome.
Anyway, it is getting late, and I need to wake up in the morning.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're kind of running out of shit to talking about, and we've been going for 2.5 hours. It doesn't look like Shane's coming.
Man,
rude, Shane.
I know. Fucking Shane.
Well, you guys can tell him that they missed me, and how dare they miss me.
Oh.
Motherfuckers.
So.
And Brim won't be on until...
No, yeah, he won't be on for at least like 4 more hours.
Fuck that noise.
So, thanks everybody for watching. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.